crime to burp.
Censor it anyway.
We're live
It's
now.
not crime to burp.
Oh my God,
no
Connor.
Yes,
No one minds.
Connor's the last person to be upset about burping.
I'm
fair.
tired of this narrative that burping is bad. It is a natural human function, damn it.
You should have seen some of like my first streams when I was just doing them with Connor. It was just like burp and fart demons for like 6 hours.
Oh my God.
We are voice actors,
Welcome to
Caitlin.
the
We don't
burp
cover
fart
our
cast.
burps.
The burp fart cast. I'd watch that on Beyond Pod or something. Is Beyond Pod even still a thing?
I have no idea. But you know what is still a thing? Gateway!
Gateway! Oh,
Smooth.
nice segue!
That's right. Let's
I
introduce
would-
you.
No, go ahead.
Let's introduce
I'm
ourselves
answering
once
Pop Puppet
again.
Ninja.
Let's introduce ourselves once again to our players. Caitlin, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hi, hey, hello. You can find me all over the internet at boobsmcbalrog. Here on Twitch, it is twitch.tv/boobsmcbalrog with zeros instead of O's, because Twitch doesn't like boobs. If you are going to be in the LA area, next weekend on December 3rd at 4 p.m., I'm going to be at LA Comic-Con doing a panel with, oh gosh, what's the name of it? Is the answer on your card the same as the answer? Oh my gosh, it's the longest name in the entire world. But I'm going to be doing an anime game show thing live at 4 p.m. on the West Hall on the 3rd with a bunch of other cool, fun peeps. So please come check it out if you're in the area. That's it for me.
Alrighty. Up next, we got, hey, Mr. Rabbit, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hey, what's going on? My name's Rabbit. I'm a writer, and I'm also a comedian. You can go ahead and find me on Twitch and Twitter at Hey Mr. Rabbit. You can also find me on YouTube at Hey Mr. Rabbit, too. That's the new thing. I've been currently transferring every single one of my VODs that I still have available over to YouTube. That takes a while. And I'm going to be putting up all the VODs of everything we've been doing, from Soul Hackers 2 to Crossbell to the Spooky Perception Pals that I do on Thursday of Sarah Grover Bromad. And it's going to be a fun thing. I know. I love it. It's so good. What's the other newest thing I've been doing? Oh, yeah. I finished my demo reel.
Nice.
Hey!
Yeah, I finished my demo reel. I haven't shown it to anybody because, like, I'm nervous.
Yep, that sounds about
Show it to
accurate,
Ed.
yeah.
Show it to Ed and then show it to me. I will be honest.
Me?
Well, yeah, and also Caitlin, and also Lanny, and probably everyone else.
Yes.
I just imagined you're looming the entire time, Caitlin. Just, like, show it to me. What's in your hand?
I am.
I'm like,
Open your hand, Rabbit. Show me what you have. Show it to me now.
What do you got there, Rabbit? A knife!
Drop it. Drop it.
It's a demo reel. It's a demo reel for voice acting.
Drop the demo reel online.
No!
Drop it.
It's just,
No!
it's just, I just thought, everybody was
Put it on the thing!
It's right. Okay, here you go. Oh God, here it is. Listen. But yeah, that's me. Hey, Mr. Rabbit. Find me on YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. I stream throughout the week. My 3 food groups are mostly horror games like Signalis, RPGs like Trails from Zero, and retro games like RuneScape. So just come on down. I've heard my shows are. Let me check my notes. Hold on. My streams are fun. So come on in anytime.
Did you really
Alrighty.
have paper there to make the paper rustling sound?
I have so many props. I love prop comedy.
Oh God.
Up next, we got Lanny Pator. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Me? Well, you can find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Been playing a bunch of Evil West lately. Probably going to crack out a little bit more of that tomorrow. Personally, I think it's like a 7 out of 5, like a 7 out of 10 game. But Connor, I think for you it'd be like an 8 or a 9 out of 10 just for its vibe alone. It is fun and stupid in all of the best sorts of ways. So if you're in for some rootin' tootin' vampire shooting, jump on over tomorrow. I'll be playing some of that. And on Monday, on the Ties That Bind at 5 o'clock Central Time, they're fighting a beholder. It feels betrayed. It was in love, and now its heart is broken, shattered into a million pieces, which he hopes to shatter the party into. So tune in, see how that happens, and what comes of it on the Ties That Bind on Monday. That's me.
Alrighty. Sarah, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
I'm on Twitter at Sarah with an H and with an E, Willia. I'm also on YouTube now at the same act. We added a new little video today. I've been cleverly using it to make little YouTube shorts of like voice actor announcements and things I've done. It's a very clever little idea. No one steal it!
It is
I'm not
far
gonna
too much
steal- I'm
effort
not-
for me to steal.
I can't stop anyone, but it's just that
I
thing
took
of like
a shower to do
I'm
this. No
wondering.
one else take it.
I'm waiting for certain people to see this and be like, they start doing it too, and I'm like, oh, I wonder where you got that idea, huh? You all have permission to do it. I give you all permission.
Hooray!
Fantastic.
Thank you for letting us in on your patent.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Thank you. I'm really feeling like a board of directors now.
Yes, it's true. I think I can talk about this now. If you play Maple's Story, I believe their new update Ignition has dropped, and I'm back again voicing Empress Cygnus. And God, I voiced Cygnus for a long time.
Yeah.
It's good to come back. I like getting to do that role. I don't get to do queenly people a lot, like, white collar. It's nice to know I can.
Hey.
Hey.
I might have
that's
to
it.
play Maple Story just so I can hear my my friends in it.
If you play and you find the new cutscene with Cygnus, will you please record it and send it, because I'd like to make a YouTube short of that as well.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes, I will.
The people I've seen on YouTube who are playing it just skip past the freaking cutscenes. I was like, okay, I get it. You're like the Fortnite people. You don't care about the voice acting, but I do. It's a
well,
good
Louise.
cutscene. Anyway, that's me.
When
Alrighty.
Jonesy from Fortnite hit the banana with the fattest gritty I've ever seen, I like that.
I clapped.
I clapped and lolled out my mouth.
Speaking of clapping and lolling out your mouth, they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/DistortionDevil. I stream Tuesdays, Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. And tomorrow, we're going to be cracking into a game that I've heard a lot about, but I've never actually experienced in any way, shape, or form. We're going to be getting into Grim Fandango.
Oh, that's one of my favorite games.
Yeah,
That's a classic. Very
I'm
tough,
super-
though.
I'm super excited about getting into it. I love old point-and-click adventure games, and some of you who have played in my October games or have seen my October games might know I throw a lot of old Sierra references into my stuff.
Man, I lived, breathed, and died Shivers when I was a kid. That's like my favorite game ever, and I was like, yeah, that's Sierra.
And my favorite.
Sierra.
My favorite was King's Quest.
Look,
Look, a poisonous snake.
don't worry, Graham. This will give you a good chance to practice your tiddlywinks.
Oh my.
Oh, God.
With the most bored-sounding narrator ever. Incredible. But yes, Grim Fandango, tomorrow. Other than that, working on subclasses. I'm a DM's Guild. Be sure to check that out. And yeah, there's some fun announcements that are coming down the pipeline for the Unexpectables that aren't done yet, so I can't talk about them. But yeah, they're in the pipeline. They're in the tube. We just need the ignition, and then we can finally bring it to you. It'll be fun. Don't worry. Keep your eyes peeled for that. We also couldn't. This wouldn't be possible without our wonderful sponsors over at Die Hard Dice.
Die Hard Dice! I'm better
He's
now.
back.
That's
Yay!
right.
we didn't clip or anything.
Not sick no more.
Die Hard Dice is your one-stop shop for dice and dice accessories. And if you head on over to dieharddice.com, use the code Unexpectables, you can save 10% on your order. Get those orders in now, because holidays are right around the corner, and there's probably going to be a lot of congestion.
Grabbing all the dice, rolling all the things, kill the orc, roll to attack 1-1-1-1. Fuck! Alright.
Indeed.
Why can't I have the rabbit humor brain? I'd be very good at it.
It comes
It's
at a
one of a
dark
kind.
price.
And we can help pay that price with wonderful donations of bits and subs from our community.
Bitches! That's right, pay my fair tribute.
From people such as Sergeant Tucker with the 100 bits, beat God of War Ragnarok for the first time on in time for the stream. Guess it's time to shake the Final Fantasy rust while I listen. Constable Mutton, thank you for the 10 bits. I hope we see a ghoulified Statler and Waldorf hecklers.
Ho, 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 ho.
I'd say it was jaw dropping, but I don't have one. Oh!
Oh god.
Jesus Christ, I would, man, yeah, I'd love that.
Dust Ninja Kenji, thank you for the 400 bits. After watching Gateway, I've been playing too much Fallout 4, so thank you everyone. Am I the only one who finds the crafting and settlement building system of that game really addictive? Yeah, I think it's a lot.
It is really fun.
One of my houses, I just covered it from top to bottom and nothing but turrets. One bandit came by, all the turrets pointed and fired, and my game crashed because it couldn't handle all the fucking turrets.
The only thing I took the time to build in my gameplay was just a, like, I guess the best way to describe it would be a Thunderdome.
Okay.
All right.
And I just made the people that I didn't like fight in it.
Huh.
And there you go.
My guy was a fucking psycho, though. So play your own way.
Play your way.
Fallout, have it your way.
Have it in a way.
Richard Rabaget is nobody's role model.
Drifter of Time and Space, thank you for the 500 and some odd bits. Hope your turkey slaughter day went well. It did.
Oh,
I ate a lot.
Did.
I
My sister made so much good food.
I had a big day with my family, and I learned some upsetting things.
Oh.
Yay!
Wee!
Just
Drifter
like
of
my
Time and
Lovecraft
Space.
books.
Drifter of Time and Space, thank you for the additional bits. Would any of you, if it's in this game, take the Mysterious Stranger perk?
Is there a mysterious stranger perk?
I think
Shrug.
it's attached to the wild. I think it's attached to the Wild Wastes perk that Connor offers.
I
think Dave has that.
I don't
Shrug.
think Dave has perks as an NPC.
He's
But
got
he is the mysterious stranger. We know that.
He's
got
got
a perky
abilities.
personality.
You
He's
say
got
that, but
He's got abilities.
You just gotta believe in him.
Yeah.
Just like my,
You gotta
just like my
believe.
favorite rapper, Secret Abilities.
Dusk Ninja Kenji, thank you for the 100 bits. Don't you know, Sarah? You don't need to act as a queen. You already are a queen.
Aww.
Aww.
Oh.
take the compliment. Thank
Yep.
you. Oh,
Good
God, it
job.
gives me physical pain. God, it hurts.
Proud
Ugh.
That's okay. Just breathe.
I
Scat
can take
flips up.
compliments.
Thank you for
There's
the
certain compliments I can't.
20 months of Prime Zubbage. Time to relax on an epic story of Gateway. Oh yeah. I'm sure this will be relaxing. Sergeant Tucker, thank you for the 100 bits. Worry not, Sarah. There's a special spot in hell for people who skip cutscenes.
Oh.
Nah, that's the kind of, it's like that Black Mirror episode.
And I'll
where
see
they're
you
forced to watch
there.
them. They're forced to watch them, every single one.
I'll see you there, brother.
Brother.
Oh, Lord.
Protoss 103, thank you for the 5 bits. Time for Gateway. Will the party forget about Dave? Let's find out. Who?
Maybe. No.
What?
You cut that out. Poor buddy.
Blackfoot Ferret, thank you for the 500 bits. I don't care what happens as long as there are pop culture references. Oh, don't worry. Oathbreaker John, thank you for the 100 bits. I'm playing Pokemon as I'm taking a break from Destiny. There's not much to do at the moment, so I'm trying to catch a bird.
Bird. I do like birds.
Hey, bird.
Herb.
The beard.
White Fang, thank you for the 100 bits. With how long Die Hard Dice has been around, I'm surprised there's not a link in your page about them on Twitch. I thought we did have a link to go to Die Hard Dice.
Interesting.
Is it because you always need a new like code or something? every month?
No, I mean, well,
Which I think is a little odd, but
we've had Unexpectables for a while now.
The unexpected.
I could have sworn we had one. Well, either way, it's something to talk to Monty about. But yes.
Not now. She's entered the Odin sleep.
Zenlita, thank you for the 100 bits. I see Rabbit created the Get Off My Lawn house.
I did. The best thing about that house, it was all that shit, right? And one flamingo at the front door. Just
Oh.
make it to the flamingo, win a prize!
Da-da-da,
It was really more a test of like how much shit can I have on the screen before my computer throws its hands up and goes, you know what, fuck you, Rabbit, this is too much.
Protoss 103, thank you for the 5 bits. I miss the TFS Gaming, the captain, and his many titles.
he lives on in our hearts. Or he died. I don't know. He seems like the kind of guy that would die very young.
Aw.
And the cockles.
He was not healthy.
The
He
subcockles.
He wears a hat that says "Born to Shit, Forced to Wipe." Like, you
Maybe
know.
the kidneys.
Oh.
We don't know.
We don't know.
Travis A. Carey, thank you for the 100 bits. If the show was made into a protein powder, it would be called Gateway.
Oh. Oh, dear.
I like that one.
Kind of
Damn
like
it, I
if,
missed the joke.
like if muscle anime girls are waifus.
Ah, Ahsoka.
Who's the one who said that? Give them a promotion.
Ugh.
I have to give myself a promotion. Applied Thanatology, thank you for the 10 bits. Wow, Connor, these notes of yours are amazing. I didn't expect so many factions to have sub-factions. It came as quite a surprise that the Caesar's Legion is a part of Redacted, and the Ghoul sub-faction makes you think of Tenpenny Towers. No, I do not actually have your notes. That is true. And finally, we've got Protoss 103, thank you for the 5 bits. Can't wait for Dave to die somehow, and the party does not notice.
What we're gonna look forward to for this show is that we'll know we've made it when Todd Howard appears at Connor's door and just lays the belt of Fallout at his feet and says, "You win," and he just floats away.
Why does he float?
He's Todd Howard.
He can
Because
do-
he's Todd Howard. Physics doesn't work on him. Have you seen his games?
No, fair enough.
I wasn't even gonna go that far, but that's fucking funny.
I have a feeling.
I fucking energy bend him and pull Todd's chi out of himself and into me.
You just Shao Kahn him.
There can be only one.
What did you do to me? I took away your writing.
We barely had any of that.
Did it?
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
And finally, Feral Ifrit, thank you for the 500 bits. Finally able to catch it live. Now I am unstoppable. Excellent work.
Ooh.
All right. Well, with that, are we ready to get into tonight's episode of Gateway?
Let's fucking do it!
Yata.
Oh, goodbye, chat.
Bye, chat. Be
goodbye,
responsible
chat.
or do crime.
I completely forgot I sent you a message, Connor, in terms of Louise's character, but I totally forgot to hit enter. It's
Oh.
not important, probably, for this episode. It's just
There it is.
I meant to, yeah. It's like all written out. I was like, oh, I didn't hit enter. Stupid. It probably isn't applicable for a while if it even does. But I was like, I thought of that. Yay. Anyway, continue.
Gotcha. Excellent. Let me put on my voice.
Take your time.
I'm gonna put on my voice.
Wow, that's a nice voice.
Thank you.
Who'd you take that from?
Edward Bosco.
As well, you should.
Oh, well.
Oh, damn it.
He's not allowed to have it, or else he'll get put into voice actor jail.
Well,
Once you go to the voice
True.
actor gulag, you never come out.
Is that where
True.
just Matt Mercer just keeps beating you over the head with like a spoon?
That's right. In Minecraft.
In Minecraft!
It's like roll initiative, bitches. It's time for the voice actor pit.
All right.
KG Tang has won undefeated in the pit.
I mean, yeah.
That's why he got to leave.
When last we left the runaways, Apex the Wildman, Alvin the Mechanic, Louise the Scavenger, and Cynthia the Nurse, they had tracked down the Brotherhood of Steel member in the zoo, who just so happens to turn out to be Apex's brother, Bruce. After a brief heart-to-heart, and assurances that they'll speak again sometime soon, they parted ways, with Bruce giving Apex the figurative keys to the castle in the form of an administrator card to the St. Louis Zoo. After departing from the decrepit ruins, the gang made their way back through the streets of the old city, covering some ground that they had left undiscovered up to this point. They came across the old, sturdy ruins of the fabulous Fox Theater. Finding the beautiful interior still mostly intact, they are quick to discover that perhaps they are not alone. What will this mean for our brave Wastelanders? Find out now on tonight's episode of Gateway. Nailed the timing.
Nice.
I'm so proud of you, Connor.
Apex quietly golf claps.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, first and foremost, Dave check.
Dave is there.
Wow.
Not with me.
He's mostly sticking with Cynthia at the moment, but
Well, I believe we ended the last episode with saying the people in the theater heard a groan of some sort.
that is correct.
Yeah, I know
as,
Alvin and I are in there. I'm not sure who else is.
As
Yeah,
Apex
just
was
you two.
as Apex was using his latest echolocation powers, going bah bah, you heard some sort of noise.
That one was different.
That
It's supposed to go bah.
wasn't you?
No.
Alvin will sit up out of the theater chair he was sitting in, walk into the aisle, and pull up a fighting stance. You might want to show yourself.
I want to try to see if I can locate whatever that was just by its sound, like where it came from.
Go ahead and roll me a wits roll. Sorry, I was spitting in my gum.
No worries.
Gotcha.
11.
Noise.
A 11.
11.
Yeah, that'll do it. Using your finely tuned hearing, you can tell that the sound is really quite loud and really takes advantage of the amplification of this theater, which indicates to you that it's probably somewhere near the stage area.
Is the curtain drawn or is it closed?
The curtain is closed at the moment.
I point up towards the curtain, just kind of like hold my finger to my mouth like a shoosh, and I start to sneak up that way towards the seam in the middle.
I'm gonna follow his lead. You go left, I go right. All right. Our dual prong attack is underway.
All right, you're sneaking up to opposite ends of the curtain. Meanwhile, what are Louise and Cynthia up to?
Did we hear any of that?
Yeah.
You heard Apex going like bah bah in the corner, and then you heard some sort of noise, and everything got quiet.
Would definitely go investigate that.
And what about Louise?
Just sort of glance over as Cynthia's going. It's like, you heading in there?
Well, anytime things get quiet after there was sound with Apex and Alvin, that is cause for concern.
Snaps her fingers and points at Cynthia with her finger guns. Yeah, you're probably right.
When the boys get quiet, trouble's afoot.
Yep.
What have you got there?
What do you have?
I found
Nothing.
another bear. I mean,
No.
The bear followed us. He likes us. So
He has no
yeah,
choice.
we'll go into the theater, I guess. And Dave. Hi, Dave. Trying really hard to remember Dave this time.
All right, you head into the theater and you see Alvin and Apex sort of creeping along the sides of this big, beautiful interior of this theater area. You see them creeping to either side of this closed curtain.
Louise will see that and glance to Cynthia. And she'll let out a very sort of soft whistle that hopefully Alvin and Apex can hear. Alvin, sorry, sometimes I get an accent on words I don't know.
Alvin.
My senses are tuned, so I'd probably hear it.
Alvin will look back, nod, and
I hold up my
back.
finger. And then I'm going to pantomime that there's something behind the curtain here.
Shotgun out, and I will. So wait, there's a curtain there. Are you approaching the front of the curtain?
I was planning on approaching the seam at the center of it to try to like peel it open.
And Alvin's on your left?
right.
Right? I'm gonna go on to the left side then. Creep up the aisle towards them.
All right, you are remaining stealthy. Will require some wits rolls from you.
Just Louise or
Whoever's sneaking.
okay.
7.
15.
yeah.
God
I am a
damn.
ninja.
7.
You,
said
Apex, you are
wits.
wits roll. Yes.
I mean, it's good
7.
he got that. He's only going
Ooh.
for the seam.
7, 7, 7, and a 15. Apex, you
Not
are a
bad.
shadow.
Lucky. Apex was born for the stage. He just didn't know it.
Mhm. Sorry, something in my throat.
Gotcha.
Yes. As you creep along, you feel like you're relatively well hidden here. And you continue to hear this sort of like gurgling moan behind this curtain here, and you see sort of a silhouette that shifts underneath a light source beneath the curtain. And you make your way towards it still. Does not appear to have noticed any of you.
What is the size of this silhouette?
As it sort of shifts and moves, it's a little hard to tell just with light and perspective. But it appears to be quite sizable. Maybe a little bit bigger than a human. But just from the shadow alone, it's hard to tell precisely what it is.
Right. So something about the size of maybe a Brahmin.
Yeah, that's probably accurate.
I'm going to keep sneaking towards it to see if I can get a bit more intel. As of yet, we don't know if it's dangerous.
True.
I don't have high hopes.
I have high optimism, though. Does that count?
Does that
Maybe.
usually help you in this game?
In some situations, one could say yes. I'm gonna creep low. If there's like anything like boxes or shelves or whatnot, I'll try to go ahead and keep myself obscured from this thing.
All right, are you breaching the curtain?
I am.
I'm gonna
All right.
follow his lead.
Apex.
I'm going to try to stay low and stay kind of sneaky while I do it, but
I'm gonna get in a position where I can sort of like use a chair as cover and level my shotgun where that shadow is.
Yeah, would set up a rifle just to be able to snipe from afar.
As you push past the curtain, you see a lump vaguely in the shape of a humanoid that is sitting in the middle of this stage. It seems to be curled up, laying down on its side. So you can sort of see its like spine sticking out of its back, like pressing against the skin, as if it were like emaciated or malformed.
Buh.
right.
And most of it is sort of silhouetted in shadow, so it's hard to get a really great look at it. You need to get closer to try and identify whatever this is.
And that would, I imagine, would require another wits roll if I wanted to do so sneakily.
You rolled really well on your previous wits roll, so I'll let it go through. I'll let it go
All right.
through.
I will continue sneaking forward
Ooh.
with my
You continue.
nat 12.
You continue sneaking forward. What are the rest of you doing as you see this mass in the center of this theater stage?
Would
Go ahead.
probably try and creep closer, but be able to pop off a shot and get really steady before. Like
Find
most
cover, basically.
advantageous sniping position to not
Okay.
be seen.
That would require another wits roll for you.
Okay. All right. Beep beep beep. Oh God,
Oh.
6.
Okay.
Very distracted.
What are the rest of you doing?
If I've got a beat on it, I'll stay where I am. Sorry.
Alvin's going to just slowly slip his hands into his power fist at his belt, but he's not going to engage him yet. He's going to just... Apex is more acclimated to the weirdies and the creatures, so he's going to get low and just a little bit out of the way so Apex can get what he does. That way the
Prefer the
intention of...
unnaturally inclined.
The unnaturally inclined. Yeah, that'll work. That'll work really well. Good job. Yes, but Alvin will go low, slow, and out of the way just so the creature's attention is on Apex, so Apex can get a look on it. If it lurches forward aggressively or something toward Apex, though, Alvin's going to go ahead and engage.
Alrighty. Apex, as you begin to slowly creep forward, this thing's size is accurate to what you were thinking. It's about the size of a Brahmin, maybe a bit bigger. And as you approach it, you notice features that look familiar. You see arm with humanoid-looking fingers, maybe a bit longer than you usually were expecting, but out here in the wasteland where there are mutants everywhere, it's probably a normal sight. That is, until you see another arm, and then another, and another, and another, and another, and another, and another. Arms wrapped around its body as you hear wet gurgling, almost as if snores from this creature. And you look around and you see what may have once been a human's face. And
On
then
the creature
another.
or nearby the okay.
And then another. And then another. Stretched into horrific proportions, teeth and body parts jutting randomly out of this creature. Whatever this thing is, it is an abomination.
Okay.
And it has not noticed you.
Do I have anything flammable on me? One second.
Cynthia does.
Feel like I would have planned for something like this.
I like that Apex's immediate response is just like, well,
Kill it
burn
with
the fuck out
fire.
of that. Burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it, burn it.
Let's not. let's not have this thing be a thing.
What if we
anymore.
left?
All right.
It was
somebody has a
time for
Molotov
Thomas to leave.
cocktail.
He's already seen everything.
The problem is Apex feels really bad killing something that's sleeping.
Ugh.
So Apex has not moved, and the rest of you are too far away to really get a good look at this thing.
I am continuing to study this thing. Like it right now, it is horrifying, but it's so horrifying that it's kind of fascinating.
I mean, you said I could see a lump, so I can't see features, but I can see enough to know that that's weird. So I'm just, as I said, I have my point taken up with my gun. I'm gonna stay there and.
If Apex can still see me, I'm gonna make a gesture. I'm gonna make a shrug gesture, like, "What's up? What are we doing?"
I look over to Alvin. I point at the thing. God, I want to call it the human centipede, but that's
Oh,
It's more like the human polyp.
It's not entirely inaccurate.
It's Legion. Ugh.
It has the strength of 10 men. Actually, it used to be 10 men.
I point at the thing and I just shake my head.
I'm gonna point at me and then make a little walkie motion with my fingers and then walk toward you like you want me to come over there.
I shrug.
Okay, I'm gonna come over.
It's
All right.
like Apex is basically giving you the I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at here. Like I'm looking at what the fuck was the Titan, like Hecatoncocles or whatever.
Hecatoncheir, I think.
Oh.
I'm going to need a stealth roll from you, Alvin, as you're trying to get closer.
All right, let's go. What is that?
No!
All right, that'll kick things into action.
Well, here we go.
As you lay low and you creep your way over, it's so this place is so poorly lit that you don't see the paint can that makes contact with your steel-toed boot as it topples over. Apex, you both hear and feel next to you this creature begin to stir.
My attention immediately returns to it.
And
obstacles around me. What are there? And can I duck behind one of them?
there appears to be some old scenery from maybe a play set that was long since abandoned. He like wooden, the wooden facsimile of a shrubbery or a bush.
I'm going to grab Alvin and attempt to hide behind that with him.
Go ahead and both. You neither.
However you want.
Apex, make a wits roll -1 since you're
-1.
trying to shove Alvin into a place.
That is a 9.
Okay.
Not bad.
You manage to duck quickly behind this old wooden prop that may have once been used in a play a long time ago, and this creature stomps one of its hands and lifts itself up, and another, and another, and another. Up. Rising. You see now, sort of trying to struggle to stand as its long nails scrape against the old wooden floor, and it gets up to its full height. You can see now as it shakes its muscles out and begins to look around.
You're doing a great job at sounding like a creature, sir.
The rest of you see now this horrific visage as it turns its heads slowly and looks around this theater.
Louise is ducked behind her theater seat, just like mumbling to herself, "Nope, nope, 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 nope."
As this almost arachnoid creature made of human body parts stalks around the theater.
Apex is going to try to keep his breathing under control. Calm. Deep breath in, light breath out.
Stay still for a moment. Looks around your area, Apex, with both you and Alvin hiding behind it. You see one of the mouths open up and these 3 long tendril-like appendages wriggle out and begin to almost taste the air. And it quickly turns and faces its back away from you.
Once again,
Doesn't
Apex,
seem to
equal parts horrified and fascinated. Apex turns to Alvin. How's Alvin during this right now?
Alvin is pale and staring at this thing. He's never seen anything, except probably when he was heavily on drugs.
Oh shit! Oh no!
But he is like you see his fit, like his hands are in his power fist. They're shaking. Like he's just staring at this thing. Like, what in the goddamn is this thing?
So we're still like, the people in the auditorium can't quite see this thing, right? It's just Alvin and me who are behind the curtain right now. Or who else is behind the curtain?
Yeah, if nobody else went past the curtain, then it would just be you and Alvin.
Well, you did say
All
we
right.
could see it when he parted it, and I assume we can still see the shadow rearing up, and we can hear this thing.
Oh yeah, you can definitely hear this thing now that it's active.
Now, Apex has read a lot of comics that take place in the golden age of Hollywood. Are there any ropes tied to sandbags that I can look around that might open this curtain?
Oh my god.
Make a wits roll.
Doing Three Stooges shit.
I'm trying to get you guys a shot at this thing so you don't have to be in melee with it. That's a 10.
There does appear to be, as you look around frantically trying to figure out a way out of this situation, you do see what looks to be like a mechanism with levers on it.
All right, that's something mechanical. Apex is going to nudge Alvin and point towards that. And then, like, he'll point towards that, point towards the curtain, and then do, like, a parting motion with his hands. And then I point to you.
Alvin's just gonna look back at the creature and back at you and just shake his head and just nod and just...
Apex points at himself and then points at the... and then holds up a horseshoe and then points at the creature. I'm going to distract it so you can get a chance at that box.
Alvin's gonna shoot you a quick salute, and then he's gonna go ahead and do exactly what you asked.
All right. I'm going to throw that horseshoe to the opposite side of where that lever box is.
All right. You grab the horseshoe and
Remove that from my inventory.
yeah, go make a wits roll since you're using this as you're technically acting defensively, so make this a wits roll on this one.
Alrighty. That's still a 10. I'll take
Still
it.
a 10.
Your rolls are so good
Clang,
tonight.
clang, clang. Apex is on point. I mean, he needs to act defensively right now. He literally broke his arm last episode.
Oh,
that's
that's
dislocated,
right.
So.
As the clang of the horseshoe hits the lacquered wooden floor of the stage, the heads all look in different directions suddenly, and then they all snap in the same direction.
I slap Alvin on the back.
I'm gonna break out into a dead sprint as soon as that thing moves away from us. And I'm gonna go to that lever box. I'm gonna manipulate it so the curtain's open.
Yeah,
As soon
you
as it
you
starts to turn, and if it starts to turn back at all towards us, I'm going to dart the opposite way out of the brush to try to appear to be like a closer threat to it than Alvin.
Gotcha. It sort of slowly drags and pushes itself off the ground towards this noise that distracted it so suddenly. And Alvin, you break into a dead sprint. I'll just go ahead and make a roll for it to see if it is more distracted by the noise or by Alvin. Oh yeah, definitely more distracted by the sound of the horseshoe immediately. However, one of the heads sort of turns, and you can now see the profile of this once humanoid shape just sort of slowly cock one of its many eyes back towards the area, but its main body seems to be heading back over towards this horseshoe. And Alvin, you're met with this strange metal mechanical contraption that was probably meant to activate some of these stage props and whatnot. So go ahead and roll me a smarts roll to try and successfully navigate the mechanics of this.
7.
7,
I'm
all right.
excited. I'm a little terrified right now.
Yeah, you're not used to a contraption like this quite yet, and you take a guess and you move one of the levers, and you can see as ancient dust shudders and falls down from the very top of this stage setup as mechanisms that have not been moved for centuries begin to whir suddenly, and the creature shakes its heads and looks all around now. And it slowly turns towards your direction, Alvin, as you finally find the switch you need, and you open it, and the curtains move as a layer of dust begins to fall in front of you, and now revealed to the rest of you that are not past the curtain, the sight of this vaguely arachnoid human creature as it begins to...
Oh, sorry.
I was just going to say, as it begins to pull itself towards Alvin.
At which point Apex would immediately yell out, "Fire!"
Cynthia will immediately start stuffing some rags into the irradiated whiskey she's got.
All right.
Louise just nods vigorously as if she's listening to Phil and just goes, "Yeah, fuck that," and fires her shotgun.
All right. Apex, I believe you also had something you wanted to do. You wanted to try to get in front of this thing and distract it?
Well, I'm going to wait for the gunshots to go off first, because I don't want to run into Firestorm.
Gotcha.
But I suppose one thing I can do from here is, I guess with the stage work around me, I can try to impede its path between Alvin and it. So I'm just going to, like, push over this bush and just try to, like, make the path a little bit harder to get through.
Right on. And Alvin, what are you doing in this situation?
All right, well, the curtain's open. I'm going to stand right next to
Oh yeah.
Apex.
As the light from the theater area begins to shine into this actual stage area, you now see more well illuminated the sheer horror of this thing as this vaguely humanoid creature begins to claw its way towards you.
How fast is this thing?
It's
Faster
not
than
fast.
you'd like.
It's not. It is. Its pace is very deliberate. But it does not. Deceptive, I think. Like something getting ready to pounce. It's just sort of like.
I wasn't sure if I should be picturing like No Face from Spirited Away when it goes mutated form. Like how fast that fucking thing could go.
The answer is faster than you'd like.
Mm-hmm.
Crud.
Yes, Alvin's gonna go ahead and pull out his power fist. But Apex can clearly tell he is absolutely fucking terrified. Like, he's just right next to Apex, just looking back at him like, the fuck is that?
Apex is still, like, kind of nervously squeezing the hand of the Deathclaw gauntlet, because that elbow's probably still a little numb for him. But he's trying to get some blood pumping into it right now.
You still banged up?
I give like a slight nod, but I don't take my eyes off the creature. Yeah, I am waiting for the ranged attacks to go through before I do anything, at which point I would see how it reacts and then attack accordingly.
All right.
I'm gonna go ahead and swing into it after the gunshots happen.
All right. Rushing in and attacking it. What the? Yes. All right. So, Cynthia, you're throwing a Molotov cocktail at this thing.
You bet your sweet bippy I am. I don't want to
Go-
know what this thing is.
You go ahead and roll me a body roll.
What's up on my body roll? What's up on my body roll? High kicks. 9.
Hey.
Yes.
Instant damage. It has been immolated. End of fight. Thank you, Connor.
you fucking exploded immediately. Well done.
Wow, I just so good.
Yes. The old whiskey bottle crashes against the flank of this creature, and flames begin to spill over it. It's old whiskey, so it's not like a roaring flame, but it definitely is still on fire, and you can see that in the sort of dim light, and now its form is even more illuminated as the fire begins to crackle against its skin, and it bubbles and boils, and it looks like it is in pain, and it turns towards you. And almost like the sound of a hawking loogie, you see it unleashes this glowing green glob towards you, Cynthia, and it crashes into your dress, and it doesn't hurt too much. You only take 1 damage. However,
My pit boy.
yeah, you don't take much damage. However, Louise, if you were nearby Cynthia, you would definitely start to hear the trademark sound of your Pip-Boy going off.
Oh shit, that thing's hot as hell.
Yeah, 6 out of 10.
I'd swap left.
As the glowing green spittle begins to dribble out of one of its mouths and down its form, as this now inflamed creature begins to crawl towards... actually, it's got several targets now that it's aware of. Louise, you fire your shotgun off at this thing.
Here we go.
Roll that body.
11.
Amazing!
What
You're...
looks like the main face? Is there like a face that looks like the main one?
Does not look like there is a main face, unfortunately for you and it. It is very much an amalgamation. But as the pellets from your shotgun scatter into it, it sort of stumbles forward and struggles to its feet, now looking fairly injured as it looks towards looks back towards Louise and begins to sounds like it's
good.
getting ready to hawk another one.
Real quick, is there any like kind of props above its head that look like they're attached by rope, like the sandbags and stuff?
Let's go ahead and say yes, because I think it'd be funny.
Okay, I'd like to roll Ricochet. If I roll
Ricochet?
high enough for it, I would like to choose that thing to fall on its head if I can shoot it off.
Okay.
Also gives me 2 targets, if that's okay. So if I don't
Sure.
I'm being honest here, but I'd like
All
to
right.
specifically, if Ricochet goes off well, I want it to aim for something above its head that I can shoot and have it fall onto him.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll strange.
9. Okay.
9.
Could be
Yeah.
worse.
So that is just yes. You hear the signature of a hot piece of lead ricocheting off of a surface, and it fires straight up and into this old ancient rope, and that little bit of ripping away at the rope is just enough for a large sandbag to snap off and comes crashing down. You see now a trickle of dirt fall right above its center mass as all of its heads slowly look up, and then an eruption of dust and dirt and sand from the center of this stage as it croaks out one more sound. Apex, it reaches 3 of its hands towards you, and just before it can get close to scratch at you, it falls in a lump.
What?
Apex lets his arm drop down to his side. Holds up a thumbs up towards Louise.
Louise is like so wide-eyed. She looks a little twerked out a tiny bit, honestly. And she's just sort of staring at the thing like, yeah, I think I did that, Phil. She raises a hand to Apex to give the thumbs up back, and then looks at her hand and realizes it's shaking. She's just like, that's interesting.
Well, that was horrifying.
I don't know what that was. Or is. I walk up and I just kind of nudge it with my foot.
As you nudge it with your foot, it sort of jostles suddenly.
I jump back at that.
Not much else. It seems to have been a reflex.
That was a death throw.
Cynthia's gonna check it out in a doctorly way.
Louise had her shotgun raised again, like she was about to fire, but as it stopped, she's like, oh, okay.
It's getting a little crispy at this point because of the fire that is slowly spreading over it, and now the remains of the sandbag.
I'm going to... Did, like, the sand spill out?
Yes, the combination of the fire and the high impact was enough to rupture the bag, especially since it's now so old.
I'm going to try to use the sand to, like, kick out some of the fire that's starting to spread on the stage, just to make sure this place doesn't start burning down.
That's fair enough. You don't want two burnt down historical monuments under your belt.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Give us a little time, you know?
Just so I know how to act. Hey, Connor.
Mm-hmm.
Have the White Razors, especially when I ran under Jet, ever fought anything that looked like this?
No.
Okay, thanks. So that's all I need to know for my direction, my motivation. What's my motivation here?
Why don't you roll for it?
What, roll for terror?
Roll for how off put you are.
Okay.
Oh, you're very off put.
Oh, I'm very.
Yeah,
What?
this
Okay, is that thing?
is a real life horror, Alvin. You blink your eyes thinking that it might go away, that it might be a trick of the light, but no, that thing is there. And it is every bit as horrific as your imagination could have perceived it to be.
I'm back.
What in the fuck is that? Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. And just Alvin just like leaves. He's gone. He's up the ramp. He's gone. He's gone. Like he's just
And Alvin just books it.
It looked like it could perceive through all of the faces, but only one of the brains was in control, if it has multiple.
How was something like this made, though?
Louise very gingerly pokes it with the barrel of her shotgun. And if it twitches, she sort of flinches back but she sort of holds herself. It's weird. She looks mostly normal, except for her wide eyes and the fact that she keeps shaking, but otherwise her voice is very steady. She's just like, mad science? She looks to Dave for confirmation.
Aliens? Also looking for confirmation.
Always at the aliens of you.
Now that David sort of
Using
begins
his
to
full
creep
Christian
forward.
name.
Yes. Dave creeps forward and looks at this thing. And he sort of backs away and begins to shake his head. No. Oh, boy. What are these things doing so close to the city?
Cynthia shifts and turns her head.
What are you talking about, Dave?
He, like, takes off his glasses and wipes a bit of sweat from his forehead. Back at the Institute, we called these things centaurs.
Centaur.
Centaurs?
Basically, people who have been exposed to FEV and, well, I guess you could call them living failures.
Well,
They're
Why?
didn't succeed.
the
What is
FEV is meant to turn people into super mutants, these sort of super soldiers, super survivors that are meant to withstand the radioactive wasteland. Sometimes they don't turn out too well. Sometimes they end up like this.
understatement of the fucking year, Dave?
Have you ever made one, Dave?
Like I said, I was in the robotics, not the genetics field.
Apex
Right.
is really bummed that it's not aliens.
Why would one escape?
I don't know. I mean, it's not like... The only thing that I could possibly think of for this thing even existing and this close to the city is that there must be an FEV vat somewhere.
A vat? I'm sorry?
Yeah, they're stored in huge vats, barrels.
And they
No wonder it's
just,
so grumpy. They must be very big barrels, though.
and they just leave those lying around?
Well, he just sort of shrugs. It's not like there's anybody from the old world to really keep track of them anymore. People find them and wonder what they are, and, well, you get a situation like this one.
I am so glad I'm not in this room to hear this.
Why
No.
are there so many attached?
Attached?
How could it have amassed so many bodies onto one?
This is probably not one person.
Whew. Louise, like, scrubs a hand through her hair, and it's just like... Yeah,
Hence-
I know, Phil, I know.
Hence the name. It might not even be people.
You think
Any living being?
One at a time. Cynthia.
Any living being?
I mean, humans, animals. This could be a combination of any number of things.
Do you think it still thinks?
God, I hope not. God, I hope not.
Louise thinks she kind of gets a gander of what Dave is saying, just like, oof. Yeah. Actually, heck, I'm gonna roll wits on something. Well, I'm just gonna roll wits. Oh yeah. Louise will notice that Alvin is gone. Just like, oh shit. I think we lost Alvin.
We should go try to find him. I don't know if there might be more here.
Oh.
Apex
She suddenly-
nods and starts
Her-
walking further backstage.
It's like
His arm
her
is
head
still-
swivels. Sorry, go ahead.
His arm is still broken, right?
You relocated the dislocation, but it's obvious that it still bothers him because he's not at 100% health.
Then normal Cynthia will snap back and see Apex getting interested and run after him. We've got some doctor points, so we're gonna start using some of those.
Louise's
We're gonna
head.
do some
Sorry.
doctoring.
Yeah, we have some doctoring to do, I think.
Louise's head will snap towards Dave, and she'll be like, "Wait, what do you mean more? You
These
think
things,
there's more than one of these in here?"
they don't necessarily travel alone.
She doesn't need any more than that. As soon as she hears it, she's like, "Yep, gonna go get Alvin." Just like books it for his direction.
Oh, okay.
And Dave is once again alone.
Dave,
I just want the creature to have like one more death gurgle, and it's like,
it just shoves Dave in his mouth completely whole.
It really is. It really is fucking no. It really is fucking no face, just being like, "Hey, buddy, what?" Fucking grabs him.
Just
How you
Just-
doing, friend?
creeps up behind Dave. What's up?
not much.
Anyway, you go to find Alvin. Alvin has proceeded back into the main entryway of the Fox Theater. I'm assuming you're going out there to catch a breath.
Yeah, he's just leaned up. He just sat down, leaned up against the wall, going, "What the fuck was that?" That thing looked like mangled body stapled together.
Yeah, Louise does not do pretense. If he's listening enough, she is running up towards him. So
Oh yeah, no, he's just muttering to himself. That thing caused some spooky damage to him.
Oh.
as soon as she spots him, she just like jaws it. Hey, Alvin, probably should stick together, okay?
The moment you say "hey," he just kicks back, just like away from you, and then just looks up at you. And goes, "Oh,
Whoa, hey,
oh God,
hey, buddy.
hey,
Uh,
hey."
yeah. Sorry. Sorry. Didn't mean to sneak up on you, but
No, fine.
Louise kind of looks at him and thinks about this, and then she kind of like just shakes her head, like, "Yeah, there's no way to sugarcoat this. Dave thinks there might be more than one, so we should probably all stick together." Just saying.
More of that thing?
Yeah. Again, if you're looking at her, she still has this very wide-eyed sort of like meerkat look, even though she just looks strange, and yet she doesn't. She just looks like she's had 15 cans of caffeine.
What in the fuck? There's still more of these damn things.
Might be, haven't been confirmed, but just in case, we should go. Okay. She looks like she's eager to get back to them too, so she reaches out her hand for him, and again, her hand is still shaking. She doesn't seem to be aware of that.
You doing okay? Yeah.
What?
Oh, okay. I'll take your hand so I can pull myself up. You're shaking too, you know.
Oh.
Yeah.
Looks at her hands and sort of like turns them back and forth, watching. Wow, that's that's kind of weird, actually.
Yeah. How do you think I feel? I've never
Rightfully
seen anything like
petrified.
that. That thing is. I thought that thing would be a one and done kind of nature. Just. I ain't never seen anything like that.
It's okay. Just need more sandbags, right?
Yeah. Yeah, you need more sandbag. Don't
Come on.
worry. I'll.
Worried, she sort of claps a fist to her chest, and it's like sort of like I'm just fine, and she actually sort of stumbles back and like regains her balance and is like, "Whew, okay, wait a minute, whew, too much, a little too excited."
Yeah. All right. So, you said Dave thinks there might be more? What does Dave know about the damn things?
I think it's something he knows about from the Institute. They're, what happens when a super mutant doesn't happen, apparently.
What in the fuck?
Yeah, that was Phil's words, actually. Come on, let's get back.
No, I'll come with y'all. Just sorry, I actually think I was fucking terrified of that damn thing. All right.
That, she actually smiles, just like, that is probably the most normal of us all, you know?
I guess so. I guess so. All right, let's go exterminate these things.
Grab your sandbags, Alvin. Grab your sandbags. Ah.
I'll grab a sandbag. And I will go ahead and rejoin everybody. Is
All
everyone
right.
still there, or did they all go up ahead of Dave? I guess I'd bump into Dave first, right?
I continued backstage to try to
Yeah.
see
And
if any more were nesting back there.
Cynthia followed behind,
Yeah.
Yep.
wanting to check up
Followed.
on you because you were injured.
Apex.
I am brash and stupid.
Beware.
He is just pulling on Cynthia's leash.
Oh my
Like,
God.
Mom, I want to go that way.
As you two are together, it at the end of the sort of theater area, Alvin and Louise would see Apex and Cynthia sort of duck further behind the stage.
This place was gorgeous up until about 5 minutes ago.
Still gorgeous. Just needs a little pest control.
Yeah, they're just like rad roaches. Horrible, drippy, spitty rad roaches.
You know, weirdly enough, Alvin, kind of helps you're terrified. Makes me calmer. Sorry about that.
No, don't worry. Of course you'd be afraid. I mean, hell, that just makes you more grounded, you know?
That is not a word I would attribute to myself, but thank you, Alvin. Puts up her forearm for him to forearm bump with.
Forearm bumps.
Come on, let's catch up. Is Dave still just standing on the stage?
Yeah, he would have seen he would have been waiting for you two to return, and he would have been like, they went that way.
Well, let's keep up with him then.
You just sort of just looking down at this thing.
Dave said, I heard from Louise that this is not your department, but your organization?
Well, I would be shocked if it was the Institute out here. I hadn't heard anything about that. More likely there's just a vat of FEV around here, and this poor creature was made by accident.
Yeah, but who's leaving around FEV all around?
I don't know.
If not the Institute, anyway.
Well, the Institute is in a different
Neck of the woods, huh?
right. Yeah, we're all the way back in the Commonwealth.
All
Not out here.
Well,
Not out here.
you know more about this than anyone, I'm guessing.
Maybe.
You know how we can get rid of it? Or at least make it so nobody finds the damn thing.
You mean the FEV?
Yeah. Is there any way to...
Well, we'd have to find the source of the FEV first.
All right, let's ask you again when and if we unfortunately come across it.
Right.
Right. I gotta tell you, Dave, this is fucking frightening even to me.
I just hope to God, this is an anomaly.
Louise shakes her head. Phil, you were way too into this.
Just Dave in the bag going, yes, Eldritch, murder, yes.
I don't
Phil's
want to
just
see
like-
I don't want to see Phil's browser history.
Oh God.
Phil's just like, this is so fucking terrifying, but this is so fucking intriguing.
Oh, never mind.
He's-
Phil and Apex are vibing.
Yeah, it's like,
Alright.
look, Phil read comics. Phil probably read comics and stuff like that too. He's a young adult who's probably a little nerdy.
Hey, Dave, you said they kicked off down that way?
Yeah, they went backstage.
All right, you should stay close. You should stay close to us, probably. I think that thing's dead, but there is no earthly way to tell.
Also, gets her shotgun out and cocks it. Super radioactive. So,
Oh, they are?
that thing he spat was.
That checks out. Looking at how he all looks. All right, come. Come on, everybody. Let's get going. And Alvin just slaps his power fist together in a way to vainly up his courage as he marches down the hallway.
Meanwhile, at Cynthia and Apex,
Just need to make sure there aren't more.
Yes, but maybe I should fix your arm first?
I slow down and unclench my fist.
Thank you. Now, let me see. And I'm going to use some doctor points to doctor up his arm.
all right, go ahead and doctor those points.
Doctor
let's
that
see,
arm.
Let's see. How many are you down, bud?
Currently, I am down 2.
Okay, well, consider those 2 eradicated.
She shot them dead with her doctoring gun.
Apex is back.
Du-du-du-du-du-du.
Now there's a nice little wrapping of ace bandages around my elbow to make it nice and firm.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And as Cynthia is finishing up with treating the Apex, this is when Dave, Louise, and Alvin would round the corner and meet back up with you guys. It's sort of in now narrow hallway area. Looks to be a place where people would transition onto the stage from maybe a green room somewhere around here.
The way you said narrow hallway made me immediately panic that we're gonna get trapped in here with another monster.
Hmm.
Oh,
Well,
you can
narrow
hear-
hallway,
Sorry, go ahead.
probably better.
That would be bad.
I mean, you can
Yeah,
hear
it would,
Louise
huh?
as they round the corner. You can just hear Louise commenting. You know, it's funny. The first time I saw a Deathclaw, I nearly pissed myself. This time, not so much. I wonder what's different.
This is not nearly as big, though still very scary.
Also, handily dispatched by sandbags. Did I mention that already? Sorry, I'm repeating myself.
Yeah, normally when I find things, you can make sense of what they are. That thing it was like a pile of scribbles.
And good call with the fire. It did not like that.
Yeah,
Honestly,
good shot.
It kind of reminded me of something I'd seen on the battlefield a long time ago. It wasn't alive, it's just, you know, people fighting, people left. All you can do with the bodies is burn them.
Well,
Makes
That's all I could
sense.
think to do.
the only thing I worry about is if these are made of people, then they're clearly suffering. and they need to be put down.
And how is it so many? I mean, did that many people and creatures fall into a vat? Or is it able to attach them posthumously?
If there are multiple of them, they were probably shoved in.
Depends how big the
Oh,
vat is, I
God.
guess.
Oh,
The-
that sounds
Doubt
like
the
that sounds
process.
worse than death.
It's
I thought
hard
the
to
process was voluntary.
it's hard to tell. The rapid mutations caused by FEV are unstable, to say the least.
Apex nods. And how many doorways are in this hallway?
You can see a couple that are sort of going up and into the into an elevated area, like a few stairwells going both left and right, and you also see a hallway off to the left that sort of leads into a bigger room that you can see. It still isn't terribly well lit back here.
All right, well, Apex is going to kind of sneak over to the first door, and if it's open, give a peek. If it's not open, give it a listen.
All right, go ahead and roll me a wits roll.
14. Damn.
Very good, very good.
Apex is one with nature tonight.
You put your ear up to the door, and you can sort of hear from the inside.
Does it sound like one? Well, I guess they have multiple faces, so it's not even a good question to ask.
You do hear sort of multiple noises that are about the same. Just
There are more in there.
Of course there are.
Fire, huh?
Maybe
That was my only bottle of whiskey.
Give me a second. I'm gonna rummage through my belt and my bag real fast, and I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a half-full Russian bottle of vodka.
Well,
Yes, they'll probably have a bit more ignition power than the whiskey. So yes, definitely.
Louise looks so pained, like, oh, not the whiskey. Not the vodka.
vodka. No.
I'm sorry, Louise.
I'll get over it. Damn shame, though.
Might be able to, if you have some spare bottles or whatnot, might be able to make that last for some other ones, but...
Actually, that raises the question. No, I thought I still had a bottle of that beer, but it looks like I think I got rid of it.
Yeah,
I
beer
look-
would not make for a
The
good
beer
Molotov anyway.
is not alcoholic enough to make a Molotov out of.
Yeah, but you pour out the beer and put the vodka in, then you have two beers.
Mm, that is
So
also true.
ka.
Ooh.
Unfortunately, I do not have it in my inventory. I must have given it to somebody.
Apex has no bottles of nothing.
That's about the only thing of booze I can find.
Maybe we can handle it without the fire. Is there
Depends.
anything that I should worry about attacking them up front, outside of their grabby hands and many faces?
Well, I don't know if you saw Apex, but that big glowy ball of green shit it spit out at Cynthia, shit's radioactive.
I pull out my dose of Radex and jam it into my shoulder.
What?
Right on.
That makes me
Right,
resistant to radiation.
Oh,
That
that's
is
right.
true.
That makes sense.
I was explaining.
I was
it to
thinking of
everybody else.
Rat Away. I was like, what? Why?
I forget, how long does that last, Connor?
I'm going going to hope for at least the next couple encounters.
Yeah, it lasts for a couple encounters.
No, maybe best.
Oh,
No, I just got 3 things of rat away. I don't have any rat X.
Cynthia holds up a Radex.
well, I have one.
If you give that to me, I can probably front line it up with Apex.
Dave, are you all right with that?
Yeah.
I mean, I got one extra if you want it, Dave.
I'm
Gonna wait over.
All he says is "I," and he just fades into the hallway.
I'm gonna see if the concession stand's open.
Just the I'm is like that. The I'm is that echoey thing, like when you disappear into the void. Yeah, that's the one.
Exactly. Exactly.
Can you just put Radex anywhere in your body? Like, what do people normally shoot? the
Rat
fuck
X
in?
is a pill, isn't it?
That was a
it
syringe. Or am I totally wrong?
Rad Away is an IV bag. Rad X, however,
It might just be an iodine pill.
yes, they are capsules.
Ah, well, I shoved the
Yeah.
capsule
Oh.
into a bullet wound. I guess. Never mind. I eat. The
Ah, sweet.
Yeah,
I can feel the feeling.
intravenous pills.
Yep, just pop that Radex in her mouth and
It's
take
working.
That. It
I
works
can
so much
feel
better.
I can feel my blood stopping.
Alvin will hand out his will hold out his hand. Can I get that Rat X pill? Ask again. Hey Cynthia, can I get that Rat X pill?
Yes.
All right, thanks.
She shakes a red and yellow capsule out into your hand.
Sweet.
One
And
less-
I will swallow it up.
One less thing to worry about, right, Alvin? Gives him a thumbs up again. She's a lot less shaky now.
Absolutely. Now we're in the same fighting ground as they can. And at the end of the day, it's just a big ball of stuff. I'm sure one big power fist to the side of it will go ahead and mess it around. At the very least, I can break something in it.
They're made of meat and bone.
Well, you handle the meat, I'll handle the bone.
Lots of faces to break.
Connor,
Uh-huh.
I gave Louise the little bits of scrap metal I had. Is there more in the area before we go in this space?
Bits of scrap metal in the area?
Yeah, just like little handfuls of scrap.
Make a wits roll.
I will do this.
I could just give you back the scrap metal.
14.
Or that
Uh,
too.
Yeah, a lot of this old decrepit equipment now is in a state of disrepair, and you manage to find maybe like some old nails that would fit if you're trying to get ammunition for the mini magcaster, then yes.
Indeed-a-redo.
Then-
How many?
You find, man, that was a great roll.
Sixes. Two
Uh,
sixes, I want to point out.
You can get 3 handfuls of scrap metal for this.
And I think there was already one in the mini magcaster, so I have 3. Okay, got it. Thank
Do you want 2 or 3 back?
Yes.
Yes, as I see you doing scrap metal-y stuff, so I'll be like, oh shit, yeah, you should probably have this back too.
Oh, thank you.
And that was how many?
3. So you should have 6 and a shot.
6 and a shot.
Very exciting.
The more I've been thinking about just handfuls of scrap metal, like Alvin could be like, "Yeah, that car's not doing anyone any favors," and just go ahead and just
Crunch.
imagine
Oh
doing
my
nothing
god.
Just do a
Not
Street
our
Fighter
car,
thing.
another car.
Oh,
Just go full Rocky Balboa
Heart
on
just
under full
dropped out of
Totally
my
do the-
body.
Street Fighter minigame.
My fucking car!
Yeah, cool. It looks
so-
like Carl going, "Who carved the white razors are number one on the side of my hatchback?"
Cynthia will load up and be ready with Mini Magcaster.
All right.
Apex will, I guess, test the handle on the door and see if it's locked or not.
It does not appear to be locked.
I slowly turn the handle and start to crack the door open, trying not to immediately startle everything inside.
All right. Give me a wits roll to try and open this thing silently.
Shotgun
A
up.
bushki! That's 12.
All right.
No need for WD-40. This door is good.
As
Oh no!
you...
Before the bombs fell, we were all already on WD-41.
Except they stack.
There you go. As you turn the handle slowly and begin to pull the door open and look inside, that's where we're going to take a break.
Hey!
Oh no!
Ooh.
It was commercials.
That's
Oh,
right. It's another ad break, baby.
Images.
Let's
Oh,
all go
hell.
to the lobby. All right, I'll be right back. I need water.
All right, I get you.
I get pee break. Ooh.
Well, I
Hi,
guess I'm gonna
chat.
sit here with the chat. Hi, Caitlin.
hi, Rabbit.
Welcome to the break.
Wow, thank you, and welcome to you also at the break.
Nope trouble at all. Friend Caitlin.
Friend Rabbit.
And now we get to go ahead and see chat. Chat, how are you today? Have you been eating your federally mandated food portion?
Wow,
I sure hope you are.
how specific.
And important.
I mean, you ain't wrong, you know. You ain't. You just ain't. You ain't.
I don't miss.
I understand.
Me too.
How we doing out there? That was a creepy encounter.
Yeah, no, that was creepy. That was creepy. Boy howdy, I'm glad I could definitely roleplay Alvin being terrified of that thing in particular.
Cynthia just stares off into the void, basically remembering Nam.
Alvin checks for rulebook and goes, "Is this this isn't Call of Cthulhu, is it? Let me just take a look at what we are real quick.
I
here. Is
mean,
this,
kind
is this
of.
Kala? Are you a
Footage.
centaur? Are you a centaur? Are you one of them there shagas?" And it's just like, right, centaur. All right, yeah, we're Fallout. This is Fallout still. All right.
It like
I
holds
just
up.
wanted to check it.
It holds up 5 thumbs ups.
Yeah, you can trade off for a split second. I'm gonna go ahead and see if I have any more of that juice.
Do it.
Be right back.
How's my booth? Did I get it all fixed up with the monitor? I did not yet. I got the I got the completely batshit idea of putting on my VR headset in there and doing
Oh
voiceover.
my god.
Yeah, I can look at my
Did it work?
screens. I have not
Oh
tried
my
it yet,
god.
but
Thankfully,
it's a funny
Cyber
idea.
Monday is like now.
oh shit, that is correct.
So
Get myself a
you should
Christmas present.
find a monitor for real cheap like right now.
I do need to get a monitor. I'm just wondering how I'm gonna be able to hack that.
How do you mean?
Like, do I have another port in my graphics card?
Do you have a whole nother port in your graphics card there, kinda?
I'm looking for it. I think I do.
Look for it fucking harder.
I think that's a HDMI port right there.
Hey, he's a fine port-looking son of a bitch right there, he is.
Can't you get an HDMI port expander?
I could also do that.
Oh shit! I actually got a spare of those. Do you want me to just send it off to you?
Nah, I'll be fine.
Alright.
I only need the one more, and I've got one more port on here, so I think
I'm looking at several that only cost about $13.
that is crazy.
Some are 7.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, it's just something you plug into. It's like a power strip for not a
For HDMI.
not the for HDMI. Yeah. I'm hoping I could roleplay terror effectively. It's always my. That's a weird thing to say. It's like, what's your favorite role? Terror. Being
Afraid.
terrified.
I'm sure I have another display cable around here.
What happened when I left? Did one of your monitors burn out or something?
No, I need another one for my booth.
Oh yeah, you built that thing. How's that
Yeah.
looking?
Oh yeah.
It's awesome. It's taking up like 30% of my room, but it's still really cool. It's also nice and it's nice and toasty in there too.
Blankets, or is it made out of wood and asbestos?
Connor, I have
what?
a fan for you.
Yeah, you send it to me.
It's
the
on
really quiet
sale
one
right now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might need
Did
that
you get
for
a
the
monitor
summer.
yet?
No, we were
Yeah.
just talking about me needing to get a monitor.
You don't got it. Just get something cheap that's a computer monitor. They're really
Yeah,
no.
that's
They're
really all I need.
Is your
Can
booth a
I
made
drop
of wood?
links in the chat?
Tubes?
It's made of rigid foam that is velcroed together into the shape of a box.
Oh what? Oh, okay. Rigid
Yeah.
foam. You know what? I was gonna expect either wood or PVC pipe. I was gonna make one out of PVC pipe, and then I got the tubes to build it.
Mhm.
I could not put it in my car.
Oh no.
And if I walked back to my apartment, it would have taken 2 hours. And I didn't want the beat cop around the historical district to be like, why are you holding all these tubes? And I'm just like, oh no, I'm doing construction.
I'm building something.
There's so many tubes.
It's 2 hours to the apartment, and then it's 2 hours back to the Home Depot.
Yeah,
Does
But
Home
no,
Depot not deliver?
No, they didn't have a delivery service or anything like that. And I'm just like, oh, okay. They really should change your thing of Home Depot. Let's build something together. Unless you can't fit into your car, then fuck it, I guess.
Then fuck off.
No, they're cool with it though, because I was like, I need to return the tubes that you guys helped me find, and they're like, oh, why? What happened? I'm like, I can't fit them in my car.
Hang on, I need to fire up some music.
And they tried so hard. This other Home Depot guy stood with me at my car for like 40 minutes, and me and him were just trying to figure it out.
Do you know anybody with a truck?
No, I don't know anybody. I know my fam, but and my dad has a pickup truck, but my dad's at the age I don't trust him behind anything and drives.
Understand.
He'll be like, "Yep, I'll be there in a second." He'll just shoot out from behind the woods like something at a crazy taxi.
Yeah.
His AM radio just blaring like Nazareth or Leonard Skinner, just willy wah, willy wah. Like okay.
Squiddly Mow.
Squiddly Mow, squiddly.
Yeah, I'll need to take recommendations for a monitor to throw in my booth.
Computer monitor. I mean, I just went to the local Circuit City, and I was like, there, that's relatively cheap. That works.
I still have the video Bosco sent me though how to build one out of tubes.
I am going to go grab a refill for my drink. So I'll be right back.
Do it.
What?
Excuse me.
I imagine just Monty squints every time one of us fucking belches on this on the show.
We're voice actors. We're not supposed to hold our burps in.
Just not supposed to anyway.
Unless we like
I'm-
pain.
I s- Yeah, I heard it's a thing.
Liking pain?
No,
yeah,
the
that's
voice
called,
actors
that's
don't
called
hold their burps.
masochism. That's a thing. There's a social event people go to go ahead and get hooks burrowed into their back and pulled up by them.
What event is this?
I don't know, but one of my friends I used to know did it.
In your skin? Like
No.
Leatherface style?
More than your skin.
But that sounds like it leads to death.
Nah.
I don't pretend to understand it. He showed me a video of it, and then he did it himself. Like,
I'm having
I
trouble
think
picturing this.
it's called suspension. I think it's called hook suspension. I'm not really sure. I'm not
It
gonna
is.
look it up. But he was
Huh.
like, "Yeah, it's actually a good team building thing. Just you and a bunch of other people, and just like it's." I'm like, and I
You,
looked at
couple
them,
of
and I was like,
people, bunch of hooks from Ichi the Killer. It's a good time.
and I'm just looking around. I'm just like, bro, there are better ways to team build other than
Nah.
who wants to bury this into my flesh.
Is this an S&M thing?
Yeah.
It's a corporate
Yeah.
culture S&M thing.
Oh, okay, now I got it.
It's a corporate culture.
Oh wait. Never mind.
No, it's just I was trying to think as it's like I've been to a dungeon before. I don't recall them doing that though.
That's only at some places.
Yeah, makes sense.
You can mess up.
What would Rabbit's Cenobite name be? The Twizzler.
You know what I remember most from that dungeon trip? The pulled pork sandwiches. They had really good. They had really good food.
I'll pop out of the puzzle
Well,
box
they-
and be like, with a wave of my fingers and a swish of my dick, I'll throw you into a dimension with horrors quite sick. And I'll look at him and I'll go, and it'll just go, and just like vanish into the cube. Like,
The Cenobites are zany these days.
they're wacky. If your characters were a type of candy, what would they be? Oh, Alvin Bronson would totally be one of those root beer barrels.
Pop rocks.
Cynthia's would be Dippin' Dots because she's the ice cream of the future.
Oh my god.
Or maybe like a Kinder Surprise, you know, because something else underneath.
Trying to think what the apex would be.
Cotton candy.
I was gonna say like an Abba Zaba because it looks odd on the outside and it doesn't taste great, but damn is it addictive.
I have not had an Avazaba in so fucking long. Wow.
Just peanut butter filled taffy.
Yeah. And it doesn't sound great, but like,
Either
you're
that
right,
or
there is something about it. Like,
either that or Bazooka Joe bubblegum because it comes with comics.
that is true. That is true.
I remember.
My
the
Cenobite name
frickin-
would be Lil Plump.
What's
Lil
that gum?
Plump.
What's that gum you get that's like a mile's worth of gum in the little pink container?
Fruit by the foot?
I-
Or what is it? Oh god, what is that? Bubble tape.
Yeah, I love bubble tape.
I love bubble tape, man.
Do I need like 15 sticks of gum in one? No, but I'm gonna chew it.
Yeah, no, I remember one of my friends when I was in, I think it was in middle school. She had bubble tape. She was a bubble tape fiend, and one of the teachers told her to get rid of the bubble tape. So as the teacher's walking, she just snapped it open, grabbed the roll, and went just shoved the whole thing in. The rest of the school day, she refused to let it go. She was like, "Hey, how you doing?"
Live by your convictions.
She was such a fucking grunt.
You can send me to detention, but I still win.
I won.
You live by the bubble tape, you die by the bubble tape. All right. Are we ready to commence forth, my lovely little runaways?
Mushkins.
Yes.
Oh,
Yes.
Connor, pet names. I love
As
it.
we're gonna be.
You give me pet names? Oh man.
Yeah.
Bye, chat.
That way it'll feel
Fantastic.
really bad if I kill one of you.
Wow.
It's gonna feel really great.
It's okay.
No.
He's developing attachment.
No. Goodbye, chat.
What was your Cenobite name again?
Little plump.
Little Plump?
What
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna call you again. My little
Okay.
runaways. It's like, oh, thank you, Little Plump. I appreciate that.
Can you imagine?
Little
Can you imagine if Pinhead showed up with his gash? This is Little Pump, and this is PogChamp.
Just imagine if Pinhead decided to DM a game.
But what would they even play for the D&D game? Just normal, well put together people.
They would only play advanced D&D because it's the most painful tabletop you can do.
They roll human bones.
How could it be painful though? It's advanced. Clearly, it's better.
Somebody's never played a wizard in AD&D.
Everyone has to play wizards.
Nope, that was my mom.
All right, let's get back into it.
Yeah. I was about to say, no one's got anything for that? Yeah, I found the character sheets in the Nazareth album. Go fuck yourselves. Like,
You know who else was a wizard? My mom.
my mom.
All right. Let's get back into.
Don't you
Gateway.
fucking disparage that. I thought it was sweet.
As you crack open the door, Apex. No, not that one. Let's just go with this one. You crack open the door, and a little bit of light floods in, and you see now the light reflecting off of the irises of several beings inside of the room. They don't really seem to have noticed, though.
You say several, as in more than two?
There were about five. Five sets of eyes in here that sort of like jerk upward in vague alertness, but just continue to sway and idly glance around.
Apex is rethinking the don't burn the building down thing.
Seriously, just like, you know what? It's expendable.
And enough light floods into this room that you see several humanoid shapes that are sort of standing idly.
Closes his eyes for a moment. Okay, so just double checking.
Mhm.
You said 5 sets of eyes. Now I know these things have multiple heads. So when you say 5 sets of eyes, do you mean there are 5 centaurs in here I could see by the shapes? Or there are 5 heads worth of humans attached to as many on a few centaurs?
You see 5 sets of... Well, you see 5 pairs of eyes, I'll say. You see 5 pairs of eyes that are scattered across multiple areas in this room. The light is enough that you see sort of like vaguely shivering humanoids with a small semblance of alertness that something in the air has changed, but not enough for them to really get the sense of
really
trying to
take
pursue anything.
I look back and quietly say to Louise, "Turn on your Pip-Boy's flashlight. As soon as I open the door, shine it fully into the room. Then shoot the ones in the furthest back. Alvin, you and I take the closest ones to the door."
Gotcha. We're gonna go ahead and block up the doorways if it can't get through. Gotcha.
Okay.
All right, let's lead this dance.
All right, and as soon as Louise has her flashlight turned on, I'll give like a silent 3 count, and then I'll kick open the door to try to take them by surprise.
Louise lights it up.
All right, you kick open the door, and as soon as that vague green light illuminates the area, boom, you see the familiar sight of about 5 feral ghouls as they all turn their
thank
heads
God.
and snap towards you.
All right, Apex is happier about that. Runs straight up towards the first ghoul and tries to claw its head off.
Hooray!
Oh my God, it's
God.
just ghouls.
Oh,
It's just ghouls.
Oh,
oh, good. It's just for living dead.
It's just ghouls.
Oh God, only zombies.
oh, thank you, Lord.
No, that's too dramatic. This one? That'll work.
Also horrifying.
As you rush into the room now lit by this green light, you run up to the first ghoul, Apex, and you try to slash at it. What are the rest of you doing?
Since it's just... Oh, go ahead, sorry.
What's
Kick up past from behind Apex. The second ghoul, I'm gonna go ahead and get low into a boxing stance and uppercut it.
All right, uppercut. What's the rest of you doing?
Seriously, Louise, as soon as she sees it's just ghouls, is just like, oh, well, fuck that. It's just like, gets out, puts her shotgun away, gets out her SMG, and will fire at the one that Apex said to fire in the back.
All right. And Cynthia?
Magcaster. She's
All
been
right.
wanting to bust this puppy out anyway. We could always find more scraps, so like, why not?
Just to be clear, this is the mini Magcaster that
Mini-mag,
yes.
the handcaster.
All right. You fire it up, begins to whir and hiss
Lava blaster.
as the molten metal begins to spin up into a vaguely bolt-like shape. And what would you like Dave to do in this situation?
I mean, probably shoot people
Okay.
that
Yeah,
aren't us.
Dave
I
can
guess.
Dave can definitely shoot at some people.
Yeah.
Does it
just
waste
not
his
us.
ammo? Or does he have unlimited ammo?
Mm.
We'll find out.
Plot ammo.
Nobody
You're
ever
the one
asked him.
controlling Dave.
All right, Apex.
Slicey dicey. Oh no!
Oh,
That's a 6.
a 6.
Oh no.
That's a failure.
I got caught off guard that they were ghouls.
Yeah, you must have, as you were expecting a much larger sort of amalgamation of a beast to be in this room. You weren't expecting the much quicker and much more frenzied feral ghouls, as the one you try to swipe at closes the distance before you can slash at it, and it sinks its teeth into your shoulder, and you take 2 damage.
All right.
Cynthia pops the handcaster off to the side and raises a hand come on, I just fixed that.
Come the fuck on, bro.
It's biting into my armor right now, and I have shields, so.
That is true. That is true.
It's like a bird pooping on your car after you got it washed.
And that'll take us over to Alvin. You are dealing with another feral ghoul in this room.
All right.
Go ahead and roll body.
7.
Excellent. The feral ghoul raises its claw and it rakes down against your across your chest, and its claws scrape up against your armor. You take 2 damage as well before you raise your hand up and you just uppercut this thing's head clean off. Its body stiffens and then falls backwards, dead.
All right, a lot easier to deal with.
Apex being mauled. Yep.
Day in the life. We just high five.
High five.
Great.
Apex high five with one hand, the other arm just has a ghoul hanging off it, like.
Louise, you are up.
All right, let's fire.
Fire and body.
10.
10, very nice. You unload your SMG into the one at the far end of the corner that sort of starts to rush towards you, pushing cheers out of its way, but it doesn't get close enough as bullets ventilate it and it falls over dead. 2 dead
Ricochet
ghouls.
rabbit.
3 more to go. Go ahead.
That's me.
Ricochet. 7. Not bad.
There you go. Sorry.
Morty.
As the bullets ping off of the wall again and fly into the back of another ghoul, and it just goes down and falls over. That'll bring us to Cynthia.
Shoot.
You
Is that
shoot,
body?
roll body, yes.
A body roll. 8.
8. Yes. The ghoul. Yeah, that'll work. The ghoul begins to run towards you and is running towards one of your friends that looks like they're closer targets, and you pop off a shot with the hand caster as the molten metal splats right into its forehead, and it begins to cook this thing alive from the inside. It flash cooks it, and it falls over dead. However, as you look down at your hand caster, you notice something is wrong, and it's not quite spinning up, and it seems to be the equivalent of jammed at the time being.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah, you're going to have to take a turn to fix that before you can use it again. But that is, I believe it is 4 ghouls down, 1 more to go.
Yeah, I'm just gonna take the one that's mauling me, and I'm going to just kind of like grab its head with both my hands and just kind of snap its neck. Hopefully,
All right, go for it. That's a body roll.
that's a 10 that time.
Easily enough. You grab its head, you pry it off of your armor, and with a quick, it falls over dead on the ground.
Okay,
And the
then.
room is clear.
That wasn't much thing, was it?
It wasn't the centaurs. I was ready for something bigger.
Well, that's not going to go ahead and. That's just something that's not going to bite us later while I'm ogling all that architecture above us.
Cynthia just wordlessly goes
later.
over to Apex and starts fixing.
He's not wounded. It's like he only took some. He took 1 damage to his armor.
None
that'd
of
be
it got
something.
through.
0 of it got through to my body.
She will go over, check the armor, pick it up, look under it.
Fine. Mom. You're embarrassing me.
Stop getting hurt.
I'm not hurt.
Just laughs to herself and,
And
sort
that's why I had to check.
of washes her light along the walls of this new room. So what do we got in this room?
You appear to be in an old green room. It seems to be. You see mirrors with light fixtures that line the wall in various states of disrepair. Various states of disrepair. lots of old makeup kits. You see chairs. You see a rack with a bunch of dirty old costumes.
Any leftover scraps of metal? And also, I'm going to unjam the gun
Go ahead and roll me.
if I can.
What would this be?
Smart.
It is something mechanical, right?
I think I actually had I had something on here. I think I had my own perk that I made called percussive maintenance that sort of explore.
So probably just go up to Alvin. Do you mind taking a look at this?
Yeah, sure. What you got? Oh,
I shot it
the archer
once and
thing.
now it's all jammed.
Crunchy.
Well, the way I'm noticing, they use the thing takes metal, melts it down, spits it out, basically, right?
Right.
Might be something that's jamming up the intake or whatnot.
Louise
It'll take
calls
a
out.
second.
Louise calls out. That's funny. That never happened to me. With the biggest shit-eating grin she can conjure. That's Cynthia.
Maybe the gun doesn't like you like it likes me.
Dares.
It's never happened to me either, but I also don't use those.
Well, close and personal's way to do it, fist bump.
Go ahead and roll me wits to try and unjam this thing.
Me
It's
or
to
Alvin?
unjam it?
I mean, whoever wants to take a crack at it, you'll be working on this thing. So,
Your
Alvin,
wits is
go
higher,
for
my
it,
brain is smooth.
but I will
since
probably-
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Let's see.
oh yeah, percussive maintenance lets you add your body to rolls to unjam a weapon rather than your wits.
8.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, you it was pretty much exactly what you had thought, Alvin. And there appeared to be some metal that had cooled on the inside of the guts of this thing. It's very like alien in its brain is farting.
Design in its design.
It's really it's really advanced looking stuff on the inside of here, so it's no wonder that something had to fail eventually. But you managed to sort of like take like a small metal pick and scrape out some of the cooled metal from the inside of it, and you rev it a couple of times, and you get that molten the metal molten again, and you shake it out onto the floor, and it appears to be as good as new now.
Oh,
And, however, it does take a bit of time, seeing as how you've never worked with one of these before, and yeah, you burned a little bit of daylight.
But I do have a better knowledge of archer stuff now, so that's cool.
That is true, yeah.
While they're working on that, I would go to
Some archer's
scout
gonna,
and listen to the other rooms nearby.
some archer at the arch is just shaking his fist at me knowing more than I should.
And I'll roll to search those costumes for anything useful.
Okay. Apex, go ahead and roll me a wits, and Louise, roll me a wits as well.
It's an 8 that time.
You do
Ooh, 12.
You do hear the sounds of shuffling from further into this facility. There's a door that sort of leads a bit further in. Louise, as you look around in the costumes, let's see what you find.
Suddenly the Hope Diamond isn't one of the pockets. I wonder what this does.
These losers collected rocks.
Doesn't do anything.
Bones collecting rocks.
It doesn't do anything. It's just stupid and shiny.
You find some dirty pre-war business wear.
Dirty pre-war business wear.
For business.
And you find a United States Army general's outfit.
Now, if we were just playing Fallout, I just would have worn that for the rest of the game, going, "I'm a colonel."
Is that it?
I mean, it's you're looking through these old costumes. It's not really
Okay.
anything that would be useful to you.
Yeah, Louise sort of takes the business wear and like holds it up against herself and turns to the others. Hey, you think we alter this? I could look pretty decent in this? Maybe special occasions.
Oh, that'd make a really nice outfit, Louise.
Yeah?
I
I'll
like
have
the
a lot of
general
nice
outfit on
things.
the other side, too. That one looks tough as hell.
I don't know if I need to look that tough. Something swanky about this one, though.
You should take that with you. I think it looks nice.
Just look at him like, and just look at him when she says you should take it with you, like, Alvin, come on, you know me. She's like stuffing it in her backpack.
That was never not an option.
Of course.
Of course. Of course we're going to rob these. All right.
Using it.
Here you go. Here you go, Cynthia. Should be good as new.
Thank you. I don't know what I
Yeah.
would have done without it.
Yeah, it's real neat on the inside of that. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah. Good to know how to fix it from now on. Hopefully it won't take as long. Thank you for taking the time on it.
Hey, that's no trouble at all. Yeah, I've never seen something like the inside of it. Never seen that. Something that, like some kind of coil that heats. I couldn't tell you. Maybe it's about the trigger pull. Anyway, if we see an archer, don't tell him I fixed it. He'll probably fix it.
Oh, Cynthia!
Yes. Oh, what? That voice makes me concerned.
You turn, she's now holding up the business wear in front of Dave, being like, you might look good in this too, huh?
Immediately pops to Red Eyes.
Yeah.
It's kind of dusty.
It could be cleaned.
Mm-hmm. Just grins at Dave, just like, I'm doing it for her. Stuffs it in her backpack.
Looks at you quizzically. Okay.
It's for Dave Van Dyke Show, starring Dave Van Dyke.
In response, she leans back in again and whispers in his ear, your guys' date night, remember?
Mechanically walks quickly from the room.
Hear a commotion. Oh, I found more ghouls.
just punches a wall, punching ghouls behind it. Look, a distraction.
Basically.
Alrighty. Apex, how's it looking over there, bud?
There's more shuffling. I can't tell if it's ghouls or more centaurs. And I'll check closer. And I will check closer.
Okay. In
Want me to make
checking.
another wheats.
Yeah, give me another wheat if you don't mind.
Another wheat is another hate.
Excellent.
Mediocre.
It is nice to meet you.
Yeehaw.
It is me, vaguely Eastern European Jack.
Hee ho, indeed.
Hello, dear.
Hello, dear.
You make your way sort of up these stairs, and another door greets you, and you can slowly open it,
Hello, door.
and you peek
Oh
out.
my god. Amazing.
And you can see now sort of scattered about are maybe one or two ghouls. You think there may be more than that, but it's hard to tell without pressing even further into the room.
I turn back and silently go down the stairs and let them know that there's more ghouls upstairs. Attic has ghouls.
All right.
Fine with
I'm
me.
glad there's ghouls up there. Telling you what. I mean, you could you imagine?
It might not only be ghouls, but it is. I could see ghouls.
At least ghouls.
Well, I can't imagine one of those big blobby things to go ahead and be up there.
Well, the first one we saw didn't seem to bother the ghouls. Or the ghouls didn't bother with them. Maybe there's a
Kind of a bit of a
weird relationship there.
Oh,
huh.
I mean,
Yeah.
I suppose
maybe.
ghoul. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, yeah, maybe. Huh.
Maybe feral ghouls even know the pecking order.
That must mean that Mother Hubbard's high up on it. Well, same plan as before. We creep upstairs and go ahead and set up shop, maybe close to a wall or something. All right.
Probably clear them out pretty easily.
I
I've
agree.
kind of been wanting to go in guns a-blazing. I might go in ahead, if that's fine.
Go ahead.
I go ahead and just pump my power fist. Yeah, go on ahead.
I'll be right behind you.
I'll lead. Behind you.
Turns on
I'll
handcaster
lead from
and
behind.
runs on in.
All right. You run on in, kick open the door, and the ghouls all turn to face you. You do indeed see a group of about 4 ghouls. However, on the sort of on the far end, you see sort of a sickly glow coming from the center of the chests of one of these ghouls.
Do any of them seem present in mind, or are they all fighty?
They all look and begin to turn aggressively towards you. It doesn't look like there's much going on up in the head there.
Gotcha. Let's take out Glow Boy first, then, because that means bad times for my fleshy friends.
If she's aiming for the glowy one in the back, I will leap out from behind her and take out the one of the ones that's going to immediately charge her.
All right.
I'm going to take out the other one. We're going to form a little break wall between us and Cynthia.
I think I'll aim for Glowy Boy too. Just going, loser buys the drinks.
All right. Then Cynthia, go ahead and pop off your shot with a handcaster.
That's a body roll, correct?
That is a body roll, correct.
Pew! 11.
Very nice. As the molten metal strikes in the chest, you see sort of blood and viscera that is just glowing with this sickly green luster spills out from it, and it looks up at you and staggers forward. Seems to still be active.
Oh, that
but
is not good.
quite hurt. Apex, you're tackling the one that's closest to the door. Go ahead and roll body for that.
Hoo-ha! That's a 10. I'm gonna claw this
Excellent.
sucker's face off.
Excellent. You do so. The razor-sharp claws of the Deathclaw Gauntlet slash into the ghoul, and it goes down in a bloody heap before you.
goop out its face like I'm going into a pint of Haagen-Dazs.
Oh yeah.
Ew.
It's relatively easy.
That technique is called Harmondas.
Meanwhile, Alvin, you're going to try and deck one of these ghouls as well.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead and deck him. Body roll.
6.
This time it's you that's
no.
caught off guard as you
Uh-oh.
sort of expected the glowing ghoul to go down with just that one shot, but you see out of the corner of your eye that glow begin to get closer to you, and that moment of distraction is enough for the ghoul to rake down at you with its claws once more, scraping across your armor as another 2 damage.
Oh, you bastard. All right.
And then Louise, you're lining up a shot at the glowing one.
Okay, for Glow Boy. 8.
For Globy.
Yes.
All right. As it sort of begins to get closer and closer to its other ghouls, you see its fingers begin to flex, and the radioactivity in the area begins to increase as these glowing sparks begin to surround it in an area, and you see them sort of beginning to invade and infect the one that is accosting Alvin, and it seems to have gotten stronger. But as it does, Louise, you empty your weapon into the glowing one, and it falls over dead.
So you said another one's infected?
You see the veins of the one that Alvin is fighting. Actually, there is one more. Yes, there's one more that is rushing up that also seems to have been empowered by whatever this glowing ghoul did.
I want to roll Grim Reaper Sprint.
All right. Remind me what that does again.
When you kill an enemy, roll plus strange on a result of plus 10. You may act again immediately. You can only use this once per encounter.
All right, go for it.
Counter, holy shit.
7.
Not quite enough, however.
So just nothing?
Yeah, unfortunately.
I guess that's it then. I don't suppose I can ricochet on this at this point.
It's past your attack at this point, so
Yeah, fair enough.
All right. That'll bring us back to the time of the round. What's up?
Really
Who's
good
going?
that we had the rat axe.
And how?
Let's see. How many are left?
There's
There's
two.
the one
There's
fighting Alvin.
one that is costing Alvin, and one that is sort of making its way towards your group from the corner.
All right, and the glowing one in the back
Is dead.
Okay. And the one on Alvin is currently starting to glow.
Yes, it's got like its veins are sort of have a green glow that is moving through it. That seems to be making it a bit stronger.
Alvin is obviously going to defend himself, so I'd say he'd probably go before Apex. So if Alvin takes that thing out, Apex will go for the next one that's starting to rush towards us.
Right
If
on.
Alvin does not take that thing out, Apex will assist Alvin in killing it.
Let's swing and do it. 9.
All right, this
Cross counter this thing.
you certainly do. It brings its other claw back, and it scrapes and it digs even further into your armor as it slashes into you. But you use the momentum to crush your power fist into this thing against the wall, and it just Gallagher's against the wall. You take 3 damage from this, however.
Gallagher's?
Omatic!
Oh, okay.
Dear.
Alright, so that is... Thank God I have shield, which cuts this shit down. So you said 3, so that's... Okay. Bada bing.
Bada bing indeed. And now
Way
there's
to go,
one.
Way to go, human spirit to survive.
There is one left.
All right. Apex hesitated, so if either of the gunslingers are going to shoot that one, they'd probably have initiative on it.
I will absolutely shoot again, but probably with a pistol this time.
Okay, just a regular pistol.
Yep. Right, body roll. Definitely was like, that just
Yeah.
happens. I don't have to do anything. 9.
Yeah, you level your pistol with expert precision on this thing, and you pop it in the head. But once again, you're having a bit of a bad luck this time around, as your pistol then seems to jam as well. Sort of the next round that's
Kidding me.
that's feeding into it, sort of catches in the chamber, and you have to sort of readjust it. But the ghoul is down, and once again, the room is quiet.
Wow, that happened when you got a 9. I took 3 damage on a 9. These things are horrible.
Especially when they start glowing.
All
Yeah,
right.
is my Geiger counter still clicking?
A little bit. The closer you get to this glowing ghoul, the more it sort of begins to hiss and pop and crackle.
I'd say let's make our time in this room short. This guy's a little hot.
Well, I can always check it out if that's helpful.
I'm still dosed up, so.
Me too.
Yeah, as am I. That won't keep us. That won't keep us good forever. But
Is there another exit to this? Are there any more doorways further back in this area?
Yeah, you sort of see at the end of this hallway, it sort of loops around what appears to be the sort of upper section of this large building.
Is there
Are
any?
we in kind of the catwalks right now, or are we in
You're
just upper backstage stuff?
you're in the you're at this point you're sort of going around to the you're making your way back towards the entryway, but from a higher elevation on a different floor.
This is just a hallway with no doors. It's like they're like a closet. We can just stash the radioactive ones so they're not in the way anymore.
Yeah, go ahead and roll me a wits roll.
Sure. 9.
Yeah, there's like a broom closet that you could probably throw him in.
That'll be a surprise for the next person who visits.
Looks to
Oh,
Cynthia
no.
and it's just like
Jump scare.
And it's just like
it's like West of Loathing, just boom.
it's like ooh, is that Kryptonian? Looks to Cynthia and says, since you're the one who doesn't get affected by this, would you mind? We could probably stash him in here so we don't have to deal with it again later.
Oh, not at all. And Cynthia goes to a nearby chair and sets a couple guns down because she's just holding so many at this point
So many
that
guns.
her arms are full. So she sets down a couple guns and kind of goes over and tries to carry the body away, but be away from it while carrying it, if that makes sense.
You Sindri carry for God of War fans.
Sindri! Oh.
Sindri!
Oh
That
boy.
one.
But also it's going to be searching for scraps of metal and anything interesting that might tell us more about this glowy ghoul.
Glowy goo, fresh from the gulag.
I'm not sure what else. So you're examining the ghoul to try and see like
What its deal is.
what its deal is. Make a smarts roll.
Glad to
what's
do
its
it.
sign?
7.
Its pronouns.
Their pronouns are was and were.
Wow. Wow.
I like that.
You find you find just based off of like how much the Geiger counter was. What's that noise in the background? Oh, that's rain. Sorry, everybody.
Oh.
Oh, that
It
sounds
is-
nice.
It is raining currently. I'm very sorry.
I like the rain.
It's a very audible rain. I like it.
Yeah.
Get rain next week, Caitlin. It's gonna be amazing.
I know. I'm so excited.
Did you guys set out your rain catcher barrels?
No,
Maybe.
we can't do that here. I don't think.
Oh.
Yeah, let me see if that'll make it sound
Rain
a
is
bit
illegal
less
in LA.
obvious.
Rain is illegal.
It is. That's why everyone talks about it when it finally happens.
Cars are swerving. Ah, that's right.
We got a home invader. Just a leaky roof. Just drip.
But yes. Basically, what you can tell, this thing is either been exposed to so much radioactivity or some mutagen that its blood is basically fallout. Mm-hmm.
You said the name.
The title.
Roll credits. Yeah, it is. It is.
Put it in my veins.
It is just a hotbed of radioactivity. This sort of feral ghoul variant is very rare.
Congratulations, we found the shiny Pokemon of ghouls.
Oh my god.
But with a 7, that's all you can glean from it. Is just a very radioactive ghoul.
Okay. Okay.
My hair feels crispy.
Crispy hair.
Your eyes burn just to look at it.
Just examining it. Just Apex, you're on fire. Thanks. No, literally, your arm's on fire.
Invisible fire.
My next punch is going to do so much damage.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my god.
And yeah, you've stashed this feller away in the closet, out and away from the rest of your gang.
Now, if our Radex bears away before we come back, we won't have to worry about it. He'll be in a closet.
Hell yeah.
Freed.
Thank you kindly, Miss Cynthia.
Well, at least this robot body's good for something.
Ah,
Awesome. You could, I mean, honestly, benefit of your conditions, you can just go into any places just glowing up like the 4th of July.
Yeah, it'll come in handy later on if we do end up going into that area.
As she gathers her guns back.
Neatly putting them in her skirt holster.
Mm-hmm.
How's
And,
how's your stuff holding up? Did it jam up again?
Oh,
Where is she now?
handcast just fine. Pistol jammed. Do you mind? Hopefully this one will be a little bit faster of a fix.
Oh, the rotten luck. Yeah, no. Let me take a look at it. I heard a sound I didn't like.
The
It's like
form
some
of
kinda-
Louise curves around Alvin with the biggest shit-eating grin, just like, and slowly disappears behind him again.
Should
I
be
know,
easy enough.
It's wild. It's like some kind of god doesn't want me to have functioning guns at all times.
Maybe this place is haunted. Ooh, well, actually, with the big.
3 more centaurs walk
Flummox.
towards.
I was gonna
Yeah,
say.
Apex walks back in. Hey, look what I found.
I have become their leader.
They
What I
think
heard
I'm-
Connor.
they think I'm their mother. They start eating me. Oh no, they just want to eat me.
I heard the little from Connor and I was like, oh, did I fuck up?
Now, well, actually, with the big ball of place could be cursed, but anyway, I need a workstation, and I just smack some shit off of a table, and I just start working on the pistol real quick.
Yeah, go ahead and roll just a wits. This will be easy enough.
All right, wits.
You know,
Oh no,
Are you kidding?
That is Snake Eyes.
Your
That's-
gun may be broken now.
I really shouldn't have said anything.
Can I do a reroll because you said something?
Please.
Re-roll for jinxes. No.
Connor?
As
Connor,
you
buddy.
you
Friend.
clear the blockage from the pistol. However, as you do, the round flies off and down into the theater below you, and you've lost a single round of ammunition.
Okay, that could have been a lot worse.
I honestly
gonna
thought you were going
break
to say,
your-
and the gun just
not gonna break your
disintegrates
fucking
in your
gun.
hands.
I'm
It
surprised.
melts.
I'm surprised you didn't accidentally shoot Dave or something.
Oh my god, no!
No!
I'm not gonna
Just
double
it's-
break your
It was
gun.
a double nat one. I mean,
Alvin
Hey,
suddenly
this
gets
is a
shot in the
Tarantino
foot.
film? I would have rolled 6s, but you took that from me earlier.
Just as suddenly Alvin's foot gets shot and he loses a toe.
Oh god.
Yeah, I'm
okay,
not gonna.
it's toe.
D&D from
I'm
my
not gonna
high
punish-
school DM?
I'm not gonna punish you too heavily for failing a maintenance check.
Connor, you are merciful and wise.
Oh mercy.
you are more merciful than I would be.
Oh, what?
All right, I fixed it. Round jumped on me and went to the floorboards, though.
Oh. Well, it's not jammed anymore.
So, I guess that repair would cost you a single round of ammunition. Here you go.
I'll take it.
Louise taps Cynthia on the shoulder,
Yes?
holds up a single millimeter round.
Thanks, Louise.
Hands it over. That happens.
Apex is still investigating further back into the area.
All right, as you move further back, you see now you're sort of on a catwalk above the main entryway. You see now the sun is sort of starting to dip below the horizon. The orange glow of the sunset is appearing in now and mixing with the dim bulbs that are slightly illuminating this place. Your various encounters seems to have stirred up some activity, as you see now some feral ghouls are starting to wander around in the foyer below you.
I guess they were packed everywhere down there.
Lucky we didn't go ahead and walk right into an entire gaggle of them.
Apex nods.
Louise suddenly pictures a bunch of ghouls sitting and watching that frickin' centaur do some kind of performance.
Oh god, it's the ghoul version of a donkey show.
What?
Hey, I don't make the rules.
I was just thinking of just all the heads singing an opera by playing all the roles, and you're just going, nope, donkey show.
Oh god, I just looked it up!
That was not a. Oh my god.
No, don't do it, Caitlin! I'm saving you! I did
Sarah,
it for you!
I
Sarah.
feel like Caitlin already knows.
I already know.
Why did I do that for then? Jeez.
I don't know. I kind of wish I hadn't said all that out loud. But here we are. Hey, chat, you know what? You got to learn the first time Sarah learned what a donkey show was. So, congratulations. Happy post-Thanksgiving.
Always glad to add some culture to the chat.
Why are you enjoying this so much, Rabbit?
I mean, centaurs do have tentacles, so.
Please don't. No, Connor.
They have many people's worth of appendages.
I feel like there was a line and you just slimed over it.
I slimed over it? Yes, as I do many things.
Just drippingly dragged your dripping carcass all the way over the line, and then came back and did it again.
You
Well.
goosed on it.
What were we doing?
Anyway, gateway, jazz hands.
You find yourself overlooking sort of an above restaurant area where people could probably go out and just take a look down at all the people walking in. Apex, why don't you make a wits roll for me?
You can do that. 8.
You see off at the opposite end, there appears to be a room. Sorry. A room. At the opposite end of the place where you're at seems to be some sort of, like, upper ticket area or some sort of facility that is located above the entryway. And you also see a silhouette, a sort of a humanoid silhouette that is framed in all black by the setting sun.
I'm gonna. Is that something I can creep my way closer to, or am I kind of at my limit up here in these catwalks?
You would have to cross through the sort of restaurant area to your right in order to.
And that's currently flooded with ghouls.
I don't know.
Oh well, I'll do that then, but slowly and carefully.
Gotcha. Yeah, go ahead and roll me another wits to see if you can stealthily navigate.
That's an 11.
Very nice.
I have my
Yeah.
Metal Gear Solid box on.
Yeah,
Wow.
you sort of. Hang on a minute. I'm just sort of getting an idea of the layout here for you.
No worries. I trust you.
T.
Party tartar.
Irish phrases.
Faith and Pecora.
Yeah, you creep through this sort of painted red door down into sort of this bistro area that looks rather fancy, much like the rest of this place. And sure enough, there do seem to be several ghouls that are roaming around the innards of this place as well. You see another one of those centaurs, although this one looks deformed in sort of different ways. It reminds you more of a slug than a spider, as it sort of crawls on appendages, and eye stalks begin to look around the room.
The humanoid farm that I saw previously, did it look like it was shambling, or did it look like it was watching?
It looked like it was watching you.
Oh.
Watching me, or just watching?
Hard to tell, but it seemed to be watching.
Interesting. If we start fighting these things, then that thing will know that I'm getting closer. Part of me is tempted to try to stealth through this room. But I also kind of left everybody else in a lurch. Apex has disappeared, by the way, everybody else.
Oh, shit.
God
Oh,
damn.
The outline is left again.
I walk into the fake
blink,
brushes.
Blink.
there's an awful.
Why does he keep doing that?
Yeah, there's an awful lot of them in the foyer. I don't know what to do about that, Apex.
But
But anyway, how was?
he's gone.
Oh god damn it, is he?
Cynthia sighs and pulls out her med kit.
Gets out my shotgun.
Well, where the hell could he have broken off to around here?
There's only really one path, right?
Yeah, there's only really one way he could have gone. It won't be that hard to find him again.
Louise
Knowing that
points in
there's only-
response to that.
Knowing that there's only one path, Apex will attempt to sneak through here.
Oh god, of course he
Okay.
does.
Hey, there's somebody that's intelligent and watching right now, and I don't want to let that thing. I want that thing to have his guard as low as possible.
But if he's watching, isn't he already see you?
Unclear. I was in the catwalk.
On the catwalk. Yeah,
Yeah.
on the catwalk, baby.
Hey.
I do my little.
Yeah. You already rolled your stealth. It was really good.
Well, I rolled my stealth to get to where I am. I understand that now there is a room full of shit in front of me. I would understand more stealth.
Go ahead and roll me another wits to try and see if you can navigate your way to the other end of this catwalk.
Or through the
Or-
restaurant, you mean?
right, through the restaurant. That's what I meant.
Bushki, that's a 9. So something's gonna get wise to me.
As you're sort of crawling low and slow, your foot accidentally scoots against a chair and it makes a and the activity in the room stops as now you sense that things are searching for you.
All right, I'm in caution state. I am not in alert state.
And you are still, man, the rain is loud. You are still hidden, but the things are now actively searching for you in the room.
Give me a penalty to further stealths, I imagine.
Yes, it will. Go ahead. What are the rest of you doing now? There's only one path forward.
I'm playing my favorite game, Find the Apex.
Yeah, pretty much just gonna go where the only place that Apex could have gone.
It's like
Also-
Where's Waldo, but with significantly higher stakes.
Oh shit! Yeah, Nine's a partial. That's why all that shit happened with.
Where's
the
Waldo? But the winner gets to live.
That's why.
Oh my god.
I don't know why I thought that 9 was a full success. 9's a partial. That's why I
Yeah.
answered my own question.
That is true. That is true.
That is true. My bad. My bad.
Oh,
I was
true,
just
true.
wondering, like, why the heck? Answer my shit. But listen to me yammer on.
Apex?
Apex.
Yeah.
We're gonna look for Apex.
You're looking for Apex. Yeah, you see the same sort of bistro area off to the side where tables are set up, and you now see masses of things moving around in that room.
Oh shit! I just back up and plat my back up against the wall.
We got company?
There's a lot of fellers in there.
Can we tell what sort of things those are? Are those more centaurs or just shapes we can't define?
Undefinable shapes, but one of them seems larger than usual.
The one that's watching, I guess?
Yeah.
You said one of them was watching.
That's in a different room, not in the restaurant.
Oh, where's that one?
He's out by the ticketing area.
Yeah. Yeah, and sort of an area on the same level as you, but from the opposite area from where you all are.
do we do? Do we try and sneak by, or do we wait for Apex to... I assume we're gonna know what he's doing in a second.
Let's see. I gotta assume he's weaving through there right now.
I'd rather not put him in trouble if we can help it.
We could try to weave through and go ahead and try to get up to him. I'm not really the sneakiest, though.
Neither
really
am
have been.
I.
Yeah, maybe we
Well,
wait for him to give us a signal.
We can probably cause a distraction, maybe help him out. If he
Well,
is
Part of me
called
really wants to fail my wits roll next. Maybe we should wait to get a signal. Kirk! Fuck.
maybe we should wait for a signal. Bah!
oh my god.
You know what? Can I make my wits? What is my next wits roll? I want to make it at that.
Your wits roll is going to be -1.
-1. All right. It's a 10. No, I'm perfectly
Woohoo!
stealthy.
Very nice.
Part of me
That
really
is-
wanted to fail that for comedy, though.
I'm gonna go ahead and just kind of peek and lean around the corner real quick and see if I can spot a Brahmin skull weaving through the shit.
Yeah, as you sort of peek into the bistro, go ahead and roll me a wits roll to try and spot the apex.
All right, can I spot?
Where's
the-
Apex?
That's an 8.
Yeah, you know Apex well enough to be able to sort of know where he's probably hiding, and you see a form sort of like crawling underneath the tables. It's hard to see him exactly, but you got a general idea of where he's at, and you know he is in this room now. And you also see another one of those abominations accompanied by 2 ghouls now.
Oh shit! Put my back flat against the wall again. All right. Yep, he's definitely in there. I saw him. There's also one of those really creepy fucking things in there. And 2 more ghouls.
Is that it, Connor? Just 2 ghouls in a
Well,
guitar?
in addition to the other shit, that's what I can make out.
That is correct.
They got the 2 ghouls and plus however many others.
That's a lot of crowd to clear.
Yeah, especially since I don't fully know what those creepy things are fully capable of. Look at my power fist. This might be enough to take it down. Getting to it's the hard part, though.
Places a hand on one of his power fists and smiles. It'll be good. If we could take it out with a sandbag, I'm sure your thing will do plenty.
Oh yeah, that's like 5 sandbags.
Glances towards Cynthia. You still got that vodka bottle he gave you, right? Could light it up a bit. Yeah.
I saw the creeping around though. We could try to cause a distraction for him.
I say, let's keep waiting for Apex.
All right. Well, we'll wait for him.
Either he'll give us a signal, or we'll have to do a distraction. And as I said, that vodka bottle makes a pretty good Molotov to light things up.
Be a
My
shame
goal
to
is-
bust up a place this nice, but yeah, I understand.
My goal is currently sneak up on the Watcher.
Let's give him some time then. Let's see what that form's doing.
See, the rest of you are waiting.
Yep.
Yep. I'm taking a position at the corner, leaning in. If something goes south, I'm going to kick over something and cause a ruckus.
All right, Apex. In that case, you're gonna make another wits roll -1. This will be the final one.
Did I not make it through the restaurant
You-
on that last one?
You didn't make it through the entire restaurant. You got 1 more to go.
Okie dokie. 9.
9? Excellent. You You manage to get to the opposite end of the room, and you open the other door to get into the catwalk where you saw that individual. But as the door closes behind you, the hinges sort of let out a loud screech, and you hear as the things in the room now seem to be fully alert, not to you, but they are now actively searching for threats in the room now. It'll probably be way harder to stealth back out of that room.
The door is closed behind me.
For the time being, you're safe.
All right. If I hear a commotion, my instinct will be to jump back into that room and flank the things. So I pause for just a couple of seconds while I take stock of the new room that I'm in and see if I can spot that guy or form.
All right. Make a wits roll.
Just normal one?
Just normal wits roll.
That's a 10.
As you're sort of crawling
Thank God, normal wits.
crawling forward, trying to still stay out of sight. You look around for this individual. You see a door at the end of the hallway that appears to be slightly ajar. And you begin to motion towards it, but the hair on the back of your neck sort of stands up, and you feel a strange sensation, and you look down and back away as you see dust catching a red laser that you did not spot earlier, and the errant dust from your movement kicked up and allowed you to see, and you do not set off the trip mine.
Oh.
Oh, dirty son of a bitch.
Oh, fuck.
And at the opposite end of the room from inside the door, you hear another as you hear another door opening from inside the room you're trying to get to. And with that, someone clearly inside that room, and Apex split off from the rest of the party, and a group of monsters between them. That's what we're going to call the session for this week.
Oh,
Boy!
Oh, buddy.
Exciting
Goodbye,
stuff.
Austin.
I'm
Bye,
really
Austin.
I'm really excited for next week.
Bye,
Adios,
Austin.
Austin.
You're very excited.
Good.
You're very excited for what was just a
Bye,
side
Austin.
quest.
Side quests can sometimes be the most fun. One of my favorite side quests involved a bunch of skeletons milking cows to create a super skeleton. So
Oh,
It turned out to be more important than we initially thought as well.
side quests can often have big ripples. They don't have to be like, just because they're side quests doesn't mean they're not plot relevant.
Exactly. And we'll
Adam,
find out
true.
we'll find
I'm
out
just
what
saying,
the deal
I
with this
think
one is.
Connor makes me suspicious. Like, what's,
I'm on Gateway.
what's going on? Hmm.
Woo!
No, I'm done.
are you sure?
No, but I will be for the sake of everyone saying.
Well, fun session tonight, everybody. I am very jazzed for next week.
I am
Yes,
cheesed to meet
why?
them.
This is gonna be fun. Don't worry about it.
It's Tee.
No trusty.
It was going. It's
Suspicious.
going to be a
Have I-
fun game.
Have I steered you wrong before?
I
Anyway.
didn't say that. I just say I'm suspicious. Sus.
You little sussy. That's fair enough. Let's go around the horn and do our outros. Starting
Yes.
with Caitlin. Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hello. You can find me on the internet at Boobs McBalrog. Here on Twitch is twitch.tv/Boobs McBalrog with zeros instead of O's, because Twitch doesn't like boobs. If you're going to be in LA
this coming weekend, the weekend of December 3rd, I will be at
Oh.
LA Comic-Con. I'm going to be doing a panel at 4 p.m. in the West Hall. So
Ooh.
please come by and say hello and watch us do some silly anime game show business.
Hell yeah.
Does it for me.
It's episode 40,
Right on.
right?
43. That is correct.
Gotcha.
What about you, Rabbit? Where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Hey, what's going on? My name's Rabbit. I'm a writer and a comedian. What? He does two things? Yes, and you can find me on twitch.tv. You can find me on Twitter, and you can find me on YouTube. You can also find me on Hive, now that I think about it, at Hey Mr. Rabbit. I stream horror games, retro games, and RPGs. If that sounds like something you like to do, you want to come into, you just go ahead and let me know. Come on in. We'd love to have you there. I stream throughout the week. Other things I was doing. I also am putting all my VODs up on the channel right now. I'm scripting out a couple of YouTube episodes I want to go ahead and do. And also, I finished my demo reel, and I am very nervous to show it to anybody, but I did it!
Woo!
It happened. And that's me. That's me. Nervous, writing, integrity. These are the 3 pillars of Rabbit, and you can find him at twitch.tv/HeyMrRabbit.
Awesome. Lanny, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
Find me all over the internet at Lanny Pator. Currently on Twitch, I'm playing through Evil West right now, waiting for the Callisto Protocol to come out. But if you're into some rootin' tootin' vampire shooting, tune on in. It's a pretty fun game. It's jank in all of the really fun ways. I glitched out a boss to the point where I shouldn't have been able to win, but I still won because life finds a way. It's jank. It's glitchy. It's got all that early to mid 2000s like grim dark edge to it that is just so wonderfully camp.
Yes.
The
Tune
Legend
on
of
in.
King Ezekiel
It's pretty damn fun.
and Razadiah.
Yeah. Tune on in. I'll be playing some tomorrow night. And on Monday, if you're not all role played out over here, tune in at 5 o'clock Central Time for the Ties That Bind. The party has broken the heart, shattered to pieces the heart of a beholder, and now they have to deal with the fallout of that.
I didn't know.
You flirted with a creature that is by its instincts alone, and you made it love you.
Well,
Caitlin, how could you?
I
And
didn't
now,
know.
it wants to hold on to that love for everything, and it will kill everything that will try and stop that from happening, including you.
It.
So, yeah,
Good job.
that's going well. Tune in, see how that pairs out. That's me.
Right on. Sarah, where can they find you, and what are you up to?
I'm on Twitter and YouTube at Sarah with an H and with an E, Willia. Yeah, I don't know what else to shell. I've shelled. Yay, my YouTube channel with 2 little things on it. Yay, I'm doing a
You
social
did
media
it!
presence. Might go to Hive someday if it looks like it's actually good. I'm waiting to make sure.
It doesn't have 2-factor authentication, which is the only thing.
Yeah, I'm waiting
Yeah.
for them to.
And I hear its founder is a little scummy, but I don't put much stock in other people's opinions on people. So.
I'm kind of waiting to see because you only got 2 people working on it. If you need to get more people, and we'll see.
The other one I was hearing about was like Mastodon, but I don't know.
Yeah, Mastodon.
It's like a bunch of forums, apparently.
I highly doubt Twitter's going to actually die, whether it deserves to or not. So.
No, I don't think it will. It's just the point of like, do I want to stay on Twitter?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's me.
Right on. Well, they can find me on Twitter, Twitch, and YouTube.com/DistortionDevil. Tomorrow, I'm cracking into an old LucasArts favorite, a cult classic, in Grim Fandango.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm very
I
excited.
love that fucking game.
Mostly because I haven't been spoiled to any of it, and I have no idea what it's about, but I hear it's really good.
And if you spoil him, I will pinch the back of your leg so hard.
Out of all of the point-and-click adventure games that I've been exposed to over my life, Grim Fandango is the one that's eluded me.
Dude, it's so fucking good.
I'll find out tomorrow.
Yeah, you fucking will.
And yes, they can also check out my DM's Guild, where I release 5th edition content, including the oh, fuck it. I'll just say the name of it. Why not? Gateway exclusive. I'm currently developing the Reaver Conclave for the Ranger, and yeah, I know.
Oh boy.
That sounds fucking sweet, dude.
Every bit as macabre and gothic as you think it might be. Definitely tapping into the more necrotic and ethereal sort of equipment for this one.
Nice.
Yeah.
Bloodborne Ranger.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It's exactly what you need. I'm
It's
surprised I
what
haven't
plants
been already.
crave.
A hunter must hunt.
The hunter must hunt. And you know what? We couldn't have done all our hunting here without our wonderful support from our sponsor, Die Hard Dice.
Die Hard Dice.
Thank you for letting
Yes.
us hunt.
Yeah, thank you for letting us hunt. And you can hunt for some dice and dice accessories if you head on over to dieharddice.com. And you can also use the code Unexpectables to save 10% on your order. And get those orders in now if you want to get your gifts for the holiday season. Because there's probably going to be some congestion, no doubt, from all of the orders. But with that, we got some bits and subs to read off.
Remember, a hunter is a hunter, even in a dream.
Even in a dream. Dice Legends, thank you for raiding with a party of 41. How's it going, guys? Dusk Ninja Kenji, thank you for the 100 bits. I need a picture drawn of Apex as the ancient aliens guy.
I'm pretty sure that meme already exists. Like somebody has almost certainly done that already. Because this is not the first time Apex has asked about aliens.
They got to exist.
I don't even remember what the aliens in this are called, but we're going to run into them at some points. Like, those are weird costumes.
God, Apex is
Yeah,
gonna be
we're
so.
gonna find aliens, and you're not gonna believe they're alien. Like, that's
I was
gonna be the
expecting that
best.
Apex would just be so insufferable. Like, I was right. I was right. I was right. I was right.
They're called Zedans, by the way.
Yeah, the Zedans. You know, I waited this entire time, and now I'm a little disappointed.
Wow.
I thought they'd have monkeys.
Monkeys?
Planet of the apes.
Monkey.
Mm,
Oh God.
Monkey.
monkey.
Applied Thanatology, thank you for the 50 bits. Can't wait for Apex to become a super genius super mutant after he accidentally gets exposed to FEV. At that point, he will definitely be suplexing Deathclaws.
That would be a twist.
Hmm.
Apex just becomes strong.
Mr. Meaty.
Would I be required to change my voice at that point? Probably. all of his herms would be herms.
Whoa.
I am the Apex! I am the Shadows! I like
Stealth
animals!
integrated.
Why am I
He's-
suddenly reminded of Kirk?
He's in a bush looking at some dudes. I am stalking you from the underbrush!
No.
You don't notice me because I'm sneaky! A couple of members of the family are like, "What do we do? What do we do?" He says he's stealth. But we clearly see him. Just pretend.
If we notice him, he will attack.
Dude, just fucking look away. He's not here. Look, John, look at me. He's not there.
As Apex is screaming,
Apex
the rest
is
of us
real.
jump him. The rest of us jump them while the Apex is screaming.
Ah!
and they're
I
focused on him.
fooled them!
A distraction!
No, I didn't think that was gonna work, but yeah, it does.
Protoss103. Thank you for the 5 bits. I love how you guys are trying not to forget Dave.
I wanted to make an effort this time.
You got a lot of useful information this time around.
He's our Kevin McAllister.
Dusk Ninja Kenji, thank you for the 11 bits. Can I just say that I love how Cynthia has officially been designated as group mom?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She
Just got
embraced
all
the
the
role.
child leashes. Just like, please stop running. I'm so tired.
It's that one picture of the mom with the 2 child leases in each hand and a baby
Yes.
strapped to the chest. It's just
Yes.
oh
God,
And
which one
Apex,
of
and the Apex has figured out how to unlatch the leash.
which one of us is strapped to her chest? I changed my mind. It's gonna be Dave.
God.
Dave is strapped to her chest. The rest of us are on our leashes.
Yep, pretty much. Protoss. Wait, no. Night King Night Owl, thank you for the 100 bits. That was a very creepy encounter. Well done, Connor. Well, thank you. Appreciate it. Got to practice my monster voices.
Voices are fun.
Yeah. Magic Ninjago, thank you for the 100 bits. Yo, looks like I made it just in time. Just got done taking on some Ultra Beasts and running from Bosco. I mean, bulls in Pokemon. Reasonable Rex, thank you for the 10 bits. Thank you for bringing the Centaur back. One of my favorite enemies, and it was missing in 4 and 76. Yeah, I actually, in researching this, I looked up old concept art of the Centaurs that were supposed to be in 4, and they look awesome. They look really cool. But yes. Protoss103, thank you for the 5 bits. The Centaurs are eating Dave in the background.
No.
It's okay. It's better this way.
No.
They're eating me. If in your own time.
Oh, I guess they're hungry.
It's just like when that giant snake was eating Jerry and Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
Just very slowly. Dusk Ninja Kenji, thank you for the 100 bits. Lainey, that might have been the dirtiest joke you've ever made in your entire online history.
False.
That's
Very
a lot.
false.
That's a lot of
Absolutely.
history.
You are not a devout follower if you think that.
That's a lot of history to go through.
You
and
are not a Lanimaniac.
I've been to Team 4-Star 18 plus panels.
Yeah.
Yes, they are inappropriate.
You don't know the depths my soul drips to.
Fables and Flumps, thank you for rating with a party of 5. Always love that name. And finally, Zinlia, thank you for the 100 bits. Little did we know that Centaur was preparing for its own one-person, five-headed barbershop quintet performance.
Hello,
my baby. Hello, my honey. Hello, my
Damn it, the fifth head is The fifth head is always off key. That's why we never make it in competitions.
One is perfectly on key. Baby, you lose me, honey, you lose me.
It just looks like Rick the hormone monster. And
Telephone and tell me I'm your own. One just throws up.
All right, I'm gonna dock 5 points for the vomit.
Can we
God.
Protoss.
Can we turn this into a skit? Like, can we get like me, Lanny, Connor, and 2 other people in a giant burlap bag?
Like the judging will have to be postponed because the judges are dying of radiation poisoning. That's going to be 2 points off your score. I'm sorry.
The
Erm.
rules, I just enforced them.
And Protoss 103, thank you for the 5 bits. Let's not fail raid this time. Yes, let's make sure nobody's ending their stream as we fucking try to raid into the. Who should we raid anyway?
Oh yeah.
Let's take
We've
a
got-
look
Is
at
it
who's
time to
on.
hang out with your favorite dinosaur friend?
It's that
They-
time of year.
They are on.
The Theropodart.
Theropodar. Let's do it. Raid Theropodar. In which I forget how to spell his name because I keep saying Theropodar, not Theropodart.
It's Theropodart.
It's true. That joke arose from when we were playing. Oh God, what was it? It was that one game that was made by the people who did Rift Tracks.
Oh, the Rift Track game?
Rift Tracks the game?
Yeah.
Oh, what
Or
the
you
dub?
said-
What the dub? We were
Oh,
playing What
okay,
the
yeah.
dub. And Thero's username did not fill in all the way, so it just said
Oh,
Theropodar.
Theropodar!
And we kept going Theropodar, like a strong bad character. Behold, the awesome might of Theropodar.
Beware the Theropodar and its many horns.
It's many horns. Our raid message. What should our raid message be?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my
Hello,
honey,
my baby. Hello, my honey. Sure.
Honey, hello,
Hello, my baby. Just post a random line from that song. That'll be our raid message.
Or just like in asterisk, just be bleh, just
Sure,
vomit
why not?
cutely.
Christ. Goodbye, everybody. We'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye bye bye.
Have a good night.
Bye.
Hey there,